Oh, we're live. Oh shit.
Yo!
That was welling in me for like the last 30 seconds, okay? I couldn't stop it.
What an opening.
Hello!
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 Welcome to
Hello!
episode 31 of Shadows over Velda, the D&D campaign that is just a bunch of us getting together and having great fun on Friday. We are 31 episodes in. Holy cow. What a time. We have all of our players here. We got Silent Beak, Ray, Argentum, Sunder, Phoenix, and honorable mention to our producer here, Nate, who's always here, always making sure things are going smooth. So thank you so much, guys. And guess what? It's Chuzo's birthday.
Yay!
Let's
Chuzo's birthday.
go!
Happy birthday, Chuzo.
Not true.
Thank you.
That's 2 birthdays in a row, almost.
Yeah, 2 birthdays in a row.
You exist.
We've already had birthday, but what about second birthday?
Yeah,
second
what about
birthday?
second birthday?
What about
So
celebrating the first day of birth?
We have all sorts of wonderful little tiny fun things that we're going to get to do today. Today is going to be, I imagine, is going to be a pretty intense fight, but anything can happen. And for the sake of brevity, one of us has a heart out, so we can't play too long. And I don't know how long this fight's going to go, because feasibly this could be a slugfest that could last 4 hours or so. Or we could go into another session, or we could not fight at all. So we're going to skip. Usually we do a little icebreaker question to get to know a little bit more about the player characters, but we're going to skip that for now, and we're going to dive right into our battle map. Does anybody want to do a really quick recap of some things that happened last session? Some things you guys learned. It was pretty eventful. You guys met in person. Well, in person, you guys met Nine Flame, the warlord of the Nine Hells, the Glorious. They
Recap, shit's fucked.
Shit's a little fucked.
Recap.
Actually, I'll do a really quick rundown so that we don't have to dwell too much on it. So the party, Argentum and Sunder, came from below, underneath of Castle Eladar, deep below under Castle Eladar, even into another plane to retrieve the Dark Heart of Lolth, one of the relics, one of the trappings of Lolth. There are 8 in total, and the party currently has 2, one of which is Ray's whip, and the other one is the Dark Heart of Lolth itself, this crystalline distillate of Lolth's conviction, of Lolth's power, and everything that they hold as a belief is there in that diamond. Ray sent Soot, their panther steed, with the Dark Heart of Lolth, one of the 8 trappings, into a demi-plane of the Fae. Which was Ipswich's office, his proper war room, as it were, and that removed this, unfortunately. But it was a smart move at the time. We understood what we were trying to do here. separating, making sure that they're not all in one place, right? Almost immediately after that, you guys went and checked out the Blood Cutter. The Blood Cutter, or immediately before that, rather, you guys checked out the Blood Cutter, which is a large galleon that Ipswich used as a sort of like a vessel to host parties and make delegations to and from major coastal cities, or even across the North Sea itself. It was just kind of his personal seafaring vessel. You investigated that area a little bit, found some really interesting stuff on the inside, but you guys had a really intense and necessary conversation about what to actually do with the dark heart of Lolth, which has been awakened on the material plane. The beacon's been lit. People, you imagine people know it's here. And shortly after you guys have this conversation, Nine Flame and her delegation show up to the gates of Castle Eladar, throwing everybody into a panic. You go and meet her there, and her imposing size and fervor and authority weigh upon not just you, but pretty much everybody here in the castle. And she comes to parley through some checks and through some wonderful legal trickery, or at least legal loopholes that Fi was able to pull out. You guys had negotiated a parlay to discuss what's going on. Her offer was, you give up one of the trappings of Lolth. You give up, specifically, she had mentioned Ray's whip. That was the only one that she knew was there at the time. And after some time, after some negotiation, it was clear the whip wasn't going anywhere. Much to Varric's dismay, who got incredibly heated as he understood that there was a quick way out of this entire situation. Because if you gave up the whip, and gave it to Nine Flame, and at the end of the day gave it to Asmodeus, one of the kings of hell, as it were, Nine Flame would give you guys an army, would give the people here at the gates at Castle Eladar an army of hellions of various makes, of various bloodthirsty iron and blood army of hell to beat back the Driders and take back Ivbranca, because if there's one thing that Nine Flame knows how to do really well and almost flawlessly, it's wage war. And that was what she was able to offer you guys, because she had seen that you guys were in need of, or at least the army here, the army of Ivbranca, was very much in need of fresh soldiers, people who could weather this storm, if not mow right over whatever was occupying Ivbranca. And then she realized you had two trappings. So at some point, you're not sure exactly what's happening right now, but you guys were able to negotiate a timeout, as it were. You were able to negotiate a rest to the tensions, to go off and have a little huddle with everybody and figure out what you were going to do. Who wants to take it from here? Because my mouth is getting dry.
During the timeout, we were trying to figure out exactly what we could do in this situation, and I believe it was Beak showed us what she had found within Ipswich's little study, and she passed over this it's like metal implement that had writing on it. I don't know where my notebook is. I think I wrote it digitally and it's not in front of me, so my brain is going. But it had like a name in binary on it.
Yeah.
And it looked almost similar to the metal orb that we found out is from Mechanus. So in talking to Varric and Krillin, because we assumed Krillin might know something about it, being that he is well versed in mechanics and blacksmithing, we had him look at it, and during this conversation, Sunder pulled out the metal orb. And with its powers combined, it woke up the orb, which had been like always kind of like twitchy and strange. And it grew legs and arms and opened its eye, and then it grabbed the staffy fit looking thing. That's the best way I can describe it right now. And it started talking about protocols and whatnot and turned into a giant mech.
Yeah, it the small little copper orb that you guys had hissed steam, flickered runes that cascaded around it, like rhythmic thumbing and chunking had occurred, and this little tiny modron, this little tiny orb, its body elongated and shift, began to fractal out. Its little noodle arms began to develop and rope around sinews and muscle, and started to turn into this hulking humanoid frame that, after about 10 seconds of full-on metal clanking, this lattice of energy surged from this creature's core. A visor slunk down on its now fully developed humanoid head, and its function was domination, and it found no errors in its ascension to this mech thing that kind of appeared in front of you guys. Is glorious, luminous, even sheds light. It's about 10 feet tall, so not like not a titan or anything. It's about 10 feet in height, a little shorter than the pit fiend, Nine Flame, who currently is kind of looking quizzically at this thing, having never seen anything like this before. And it looks down to Sunder as it kind of puts its arms up, its fists up in a fighting stance, and looks down to you and says, "Orders."
Guys, what should we do?
What the fuck? I don't know, dude!
Because this thing's asking for orders. Do I get it to smack them, or do we get it to stand down? I feel like if we were to have this thing fight, then we might have a chance.
If we have it fight, we could get everyone else out. Could be a fine distraction. Or it could give us an edge, either way.
I can't leave until everyone's out, though.
15 seconds. Nine
If
Flame
any of them again.
stands, grabs her sword from her back. A 10-foot long pike of metal flattened with a hook near the end. She runs her fingers along it, staring daggers at Marky. What do you do?
We have to give it a try
Can we
now.
can we just offer this thing up to her instead of the thing? It's a
She
weapon.
won't take it.
Want it.
Oh, what about is there knowledge that we have that she doesn't, that we could offer instead?
We have nothing.
No,
We have no
we let it
partnerships.
fight.
Are you sure? Okay, then I see run or fight. That's the other options.
I can't
No,
run
I
from here.
Well, I guess we're gonna
Yeah.
die fighting if that's the case. Sunder's gonna turn to the mech and say one word: attack.
You see these golden little dots inside the Marky's visor. Once he had one eye, he now has these two piercing, divine beams. They inflame, and he nods at you and says, "Orders received. Everyone, roll initiative."
Oh my god, click your
okay.
token before you do it.
Yeah, I was
Click your token,
also
click
about
your
to
token,
ask.
click your token, yeah.
Speaking of tokens, where would everyone have been?
You guys
during
decide
this?
where you are. I have placed the NPCs where they are.
Okay. Should we all do that quickly? I see some of you guys haven't moved.
I moved.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah,
have
most
where you would
of
like
us
to
moved.
go. Okay.
I was about to say, if it's taking orders from me, I feel like I'd be next to the mech. No.
Maybe I need to refresh. Maybe it isn't showing.
I'll be over here then. If I can move, I'll be over here.
I'm
If I'm
gonna
able to
be.
move quickly, we're gonna move over here because if it's taking orders from me directly, I'm gonna make sure that I'm near it.
I'm also going to left side it like that.
Okay,
Dude,
cool.
oh right. Initiative. Almost forgot.
Not too bad.
Fuck, dude.
Oh man, come on, Barrick. What are you doing?
It
Dick
didn't take
better,
it for
Barrick.
some reason.
Good.
I put my token, but it didn't take it.
Oh, okay. I'll add you then.
Here we go. That's a 21.
Wild.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
21 to initiative is incredible.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I can just roll again, and then you can just have me again, maybe.
Yeah, just roll
yeah.
more time.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Got it? Did that work that time?
Add me as the 11.
As an 11.
Oh,
okay.
I can change it. Oh,
Oh, there you go. Solid. All right, sweet. Let me get
One
right
more.
back.
Dude. I hope this thing is strong.
The jitters.
I
have
hope so
started.
too.
I'm going to base my decision making off the first round probably, or the second.
I'm in the
Is there
same
anybody
boat with you
else
there.
Who's not in the order yet?
I am.
Okay,
I
you
think
are.
we
All
are.
right.
Do I need to
so
roll
we
for
roll?
Or do you
I will roll for Alondra.
do? Okay, go for it.
Okay. Not bad. You okay?
They're freaking out is what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I always
Let
get
me-
antsy during the D&D combat.
Okay,
You and me,
roll that
you
guy.
and me both, and the
You and me
shakes of the
both.
gun. So I'm just like,
I know
This is
especially
gonna be
because you and I are
fun.
going to be up front.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't have the wall anymore.
it's fine. Like I said, just gonna Henry Cavill just shotgun cock my fists. It's fine.
I never got that
We'll have
armor,
a good
dude.
time.
I need it.
I
This shit
also
takes
never
like an
got
hour
that
to
weapon
dawn,
from
right? Or 10
from,
minutes. It takes 10 minutes.
from our boy.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe if we buy enough time. No, because then it'll be like, unless he's making like cast off armor or whatever you
Yeah, I
can
was
do,
about
on,
to
like
say,
whatever
I
you can
think-
put on with an action. I don't know.
All right. So let me expand. I have to expand this fucking thing. All right. Let me sort this. Okay. So 1, 2. You got a 21, 2. Okay. Cool. All right. So.
Oh, cool. We
there are no
rolled the same. That's poetic.
There are no, yeah, right? There are no surprise rounds or anything like that. You guys have been staring at each other for quite some time. Oh, I forgot to add this guy. Hold on. All right, let me roll you.
what the?
No.
Why did she roll so high?
This guy got a fucking 2.
What do you mean? Why did she roll so high, dude? She probably got a plus 12.
Okay, cool.
Wow, still lucky.
I'm looking at the stat block right now, and she rolled a. You want to know? She rolled a 19.
Oh, really?
I thought
Oh,
so.
okay. Okay, guys,
Okay.
low decks. Noted.
I mean, she's huge. It's not hard to see. Like, she's fucking massive. It's hard for her to move
It's
around
true.
in this space. She maybe
true.
has like 6 feet of clearance above her head.
Yeah.
So on her turn, you guys are lucky because in order to do some stuff, she has to obey the law like everything else. So she takes her sword out, this massive, like 10-foot long, gleaming piece of black steel riddled with runes and markings in abyssal and primordial, languages that have been lost to time for thousands of years. And she runs 2 gnarled red fingers along the runes, and they all light up in an order specifically. As her fingers run, the entire blade alights in black flame, and she says, "By the infernal pact of eternal binding, those who defy lawful dominion forfeit both soul and sanctuary. I sentence you to death." As she
And if
lays her sword,
Ah.
pointing it towards everyone, just the room. And she will move, and not just move, but she will take a full-on
Oh, God.
sprint
Oh no!
towards Marky, couching her great sword in both hands to her side. You don't hear a yell. You just hear what sounds like somebody opening up a furnace in front of you, and this rumble and crackle coming from not just her mouth, but her runes on her head, the flames cascading down her back, and the heat emanating off of her armor, leaving molten metal and rock in her wake as she is fully activated war mode. She has a sickening smile as she passes Draza, the Skin Devil. That is her turn. Her greatsword is now aflame, and she ends it after about 6 seconds, right next to Beak. That means it is. Let me double check and make sure she moved her entire movement speed. Yes, she did. Okay, good. That means it is Ray's turn. What do you do?
Okay. Yay! Okay. No yays. In my head, I'm gonna try and quickly telepathically speak with Soot and try and get. I'm gonna say, "What's happening? Where are you? Say something."
You hear nothing back, but magical static, this wisp, this what sounds like a windy mist in your head. Doesn't seem like your telepathic connection is there.
That makes sense to me. Would I at least know if, like, the summon steed spell has completely... Would I know if they died?
They're not dead. You would know if they died. You can still feel the connection to them as an entity, but the communication is not there. You know they're still alive.
That's all I needed. There's a chance. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do, as an action, I will cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself, and that will basically, like, all of my tattoos glow. Some strands of light flow into my hair. I unsheath the whip, and it begins to glow, sort of in between, like, the cracks of the strands of leather that have been fraying and showing more chain. And then I am going to... Let's see, do I got a bonus action?
You do have one of those.
What we got? You got one of those?
I know, I was trying to see if there's anything that I could do bonus-wise. Oops. Where do I look? Where are those? Am I done? Hold on. Sorry. I didn't know if Roll20 had, like, a spot for them, like D&D Beyond does. Okay. No. Let's see. We had a long rest, right?
Yes.
We certainly did. I will then, on a bonus action, do Celestial Revelation. So my wings will immediately tear out of my body. And cool. Let's see. I will probably move before I do that so that I am, let's see, within 10, is it 10 feet or 15 feet? Yeah, 10 feet. Oh, this is dangerous. Let's see. Right here. And so that's a charisma saving throw for Big Mama.
Okay. From now on, I will roll all of her saves and everything on the table. I am not going to do anything that she does behind the DM screen, just for the sake of the narrative. So what is it? A charisma save?
Yes.
Okay. So that is... That's okay. She doesn't... Okay. Not proficient in those. That's just a straight up 20. 16.
16? Okay, so that passes. If she didn't pass, it would be... she'd be frightened, but...
Okay.
That's fine. And then I'm going to yell out...
Hold on, can I silver bar? I'm in range.
Oh, if you want to.
Sorry,
You can.
I was
Yeah,
muted.
sure.
I was muted.
If you wanna!
I was muted.
All right.
Sorry.
You got it. He puts that there as if I don't know what it does anymore. Okay.
Sorry.
Whoa! What is that with the ad? What's that with the plus?
She doesn't have any pluses to charisma saves.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Really?
matter.
Oh my
Doesn't
god,
matter.
dude.
Good to know.
That Lazu,
She's
you
gonna- she's gonna-
absolute king. Oh my god.
She's gonna burn in resistance, right?
You know what?
She'll be
For the sake of the
frightened if she
story,
doesn't.
she didn't realize you were. She didn't understand your game. So
Yeah, dude.
My bad. I didn't know
as
you
she's
knew
running
it.
towards Marky, she kind of
That's
does
awesome.
a little double take as your wings crack out from your spine and you start to display your own power. You start to come online yourself, and she is frightened. So she is beginning. She's running towards you, but kind of stops in her tracks and has to do a little bit of a double take. She reached the end of her movement here, so we'll see what happens. But she looks you up and down for like, you know, the 0.25 seconds that she sees you, and you see in her eyes, her pupils start to dilate, her eyes widen, and her smirk begins to fade. This is the power of one of the trappings of Lolth displayed in front of her.
Okay, at the end of my turn, I'm gonna stay right there. I'm gonna yell out to my group, my party, remember our deal. And that's it.
Huh. Oh. Okay, I'll give the bonus to roll to Sunder.
Okay.
Okay.
So Sunder, remember you have the bonus. Okay.
Got you. Easy.
Okay. All right. Is that your turn, Ray?
Yeah, sorry that my model wasn't tracking that whole time. I'll be
No, it's
right
okay.
back. I have to pee. I can hear everything.
Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. So Draza, the Skin Devil, he unhooks this long crimson, like high collared cloak that he has. Pretty much everything. That's all he's wearing except for really well put together like scarlet pants. He unhooks this cloak and then puts it down, and he himself begins to sprout these leathern wings from his back, and he lowers his gaze and can't see what Nine Flame is afraid of, because currently Ray is behind a pillar. So
question. Which one of
Yes.
them failed my the channel divinity conqueror's presence? One of them failed, right?
Draza did.
Draza
Okay.
did, yeah.
Is that the small
so
token?
that's this one. That's
Draza's
the
the
Skin
second
Devil.
largest one.
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
So Draza unhooks this cloak. It falls to the ground around him. He sprouts these leathern wings. The sunlight. You can see his like his blood vessels and his skin like filtering the light translucently behind him as he lowers his head towards Beak, and
No.
it turns. You just see this devil's head kind of turn the corner about 30 feet in front of you, Beak, and he. Let's see what he does. Let me look at his stat sheet really quick. He will. He will cast. Actually, no. You know what he's gonna do? He is going to. Let's see. He will run up to Beak, and he will brandish his baton and make 3 attacks with it on Beak. He runs up and he'll do this. Okay, so let's see. What is it to attack here? +6. Okay.
No, Beak.
So an 8 probably doesn't hit Beak.
Nice.
That doesn't hit.
Nice.
11 probably doesn't hit Beak.
That doesn't hit.
Nice.
And a 7 probably doesn't hit Beak. Okay.
Oh
So he
my
runs up to
god.
you.
Oh shit.
This shirtless, mouthless, currently mouthless Skin Devil runs up to Beak and attempts to swing at you with this like 3/4 staff almost. It's not quite as robust and long as Sunder's is, but you deftly weave around these with your avian grace. He can't quite find your flesh among the feathers. He's able to just get air in between you as you duck and dodge around all 3 of his multi attacks, and he grows increasingly frustrated with each missed attack. And that is, let me double check and make sure there's nothing else you can do. Oh, okay. Oh no, that was the bonus attack. That was the bonus action. Okay, cool. No, that's all he does. And he just kind of he squares you up and looks you up and down afterwards, tossing his baton in between his hands and spinning it. Deciding where he's going to attack next, if even physically. And that is his turn. Krillin. It is Krillin Blackforge's turn. Krillin is going to actually. Let's see. Krillin is going to use his movement and get right up to there. And let me get to this page that I bookmarked here. He is going to attack with his... He's going to draw his... For the first time, he's going to draw his own moon-touched longsword that catches the light in a very strange way. It looks very similar to the Wall's moon-touched longsword. The dancing lady, as he draws it, is apparated around it magically, almost like there's a sheath on this sheath. She dances and sparks fly. The silver wisps and threads begin to wind themselves around Krillin's armor, and he uses his bonus action to engage his ability from here, and he will cast Magic Missile at
shit.
9 Flame the Glorious. So let's roll for these missiles.
Magic
Maybe.
missiles.
Magic missiles never miss, which makes this even better.
Yep.
Magic missile.
So I will roll these d4s. So that's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. No, that's just 9. 9 points of force damage as he draws his weapon, and at the same time, these arcane bolts, these little darts of magic, kind of fly out of his sheath, and it tickles the pit fiend. It tickles 9 Flame, kind of like distorts the numerals in between her horns, and pays him almost no attention. But he still is able to do some damage to 9 Flame, negligible though it is, as the runes kind of reform around her horns, and her eyes are still kind of trained on both the Colossus in front of her, as well as the spawn of Lolth that has kind of made themselves known in front of her. And that is Krillin's turn. Marky once again kind of turns to Sunder. Continued orders. And kind of moves his shoulders around a little bit, kind of like a heavyweight boxer would.
Okay. Sunder will nod at Marky and tell him to engage with a punch, an attack of some sort.
Okay. How do you do that? Do you say that do you say that verbally? Do you motion to attack? How do you tell him to do this?
Sunder will verbally tell Marky to attack 9 Flame.
Okay. You see him roll his shoulder and say, voltage output 120%. Engaging. And he he begins to move towards 9 Flame and is actually able to move and attack. He is going to activate his Gigaton Hammer. You see him as he's walking forward begin to lock his elbow and shoulder in several different places, as though he is indeed winding up for a punch. And as he gets to her, lays down a cataclysmic punch. Let's see if it hits. That is a 25. Yeah, that hits. Okay. And we will roll damage. Let's see. That is all right. 24 bludgeoning damage. you see this distracted Nine Flame who was bathing in her own arrogance, bathing in her confidence not a minute before, start to realize that this fight might be a little bit. This might be an actual fight for her. This might not just be an execution. As Marky's punch makes purchase on her cheek, you see the tip of one of her horns crack and scatter to the ground behind her. She's distracted by not only Ray, but the moon attack that kind of came from Krillin, the magic missile that got coasted toward her, and she is pushed back 10 feet. As she is the same size as Marky. So Marky then reels back for another punch. Let's see. Let's roll this one more time. All right.
Oh man.
It's an 18. Let me double check and make sure that actually hits. Oof, okay. An 18 doesn't hit. So as Marky comes back for his second punch, he uses his last 5 feet of movement to like take one more step forward and twist his mechanical hips, and they kind of lock in place, and steam hisses out, and these arcane sparks with every movement kind of punctuate the heft and weight behind these punches. And Nine Flame brings up her sword and braces it with her other hand. And as the punch connects with the runes, sparks fly and begin to flitter about the room, landing on some of the tablecloths, which ignite around them. And she says, "Only once." And that is his turn. All right. Ray, it is time for Alondra's turn.
Oh man. Alondra's a little far. Huh?
Okay. Yeah, she's pretty far. Here's what I'll say. Let me look. First things first, let's have her move 30 feet closer. How far is that? Let's go like right here to start. I think that was there, right? Maybe it was here. And then let me check it. Take a look here. And then I gotta measure once more. Right there. Okay. Alondra is gonna drop a fairy fire right in between
Oh, nice.
these two.
Okay. Let me get a little doodad for that.
My favorite spell in the game.
So that's a deck save.
Fairy
for
fire.
both
That's
of them.
good stuff.
Okay, so a dex save for Draza and Nine Flame?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see Draza's dex save. Okay, plus... Okay. All right, this is Draza's dex save. 4. Or 14, sorry, 14.
14 does pass.
14 passes, okay. Or no, sorry, that's Draza's dex save, and let's do Nine Flames next. Nice!
Yes! Okay. So illuminated almost like by Lolt's webs, they kind of like, they shed a dim light. She does,
Okay.
and then everyone has advantage on her, and she can't go invisible.
Okay, so as she braces herself with her massive greatsword, she is kind of like almost as though you've like sprayed pepper in her nose to make her sneeze or something to that effect. Alondra's fairy fire kind of distracts her. She squints her eyes and furrows her brow, and she starts to shed very low light that is not from anything infernal at all, and she looks almost as though she's like congested or like this is affecting her breathing or vision or something to that effect. So yeah, now everyone has advantage on her, and she is distracted, very much so. Yeah, okay, cool. Is anything else you want to do with Alondra?
That's all she can do.
All right, let me add a little doodad here to make sure that you guys know that you have advantage. I'm gonna let's see, what's the most applicable one here? I don't know, man. A flag? No, that? Yeah, there you go. That's got a fairy fire effect to it. Okay, cool. So that means that you guys have advantage on her. And is that just for physical attacks, or is that on everything?
That is any attack roll against the affected creature or object if the attacker can see her.
Okay, cool. Any attack roll if you can see her, and you totally can because she can't go invisible or anything like that. Fantastic. All right, is that it? That's it, yeah, for Alondra?
Yes.
Okay, Argentum, you're up. You've just seen steel on steel or bronze on black steel as these two large hulking masses clash in the middle of Ipswich's chapel, in the middle of his great hall. What do you do?
Okay, so point of order. First things first, I'm going to cast Writ Heroism on Marky,
Okay.
which is I clicked off. Hold on. I clicked the wrong button on my mouse.
Okay.
And it made me go back. Okay. So basically, you write a short phrase describing the heroic antics of an allied creature you can see within 30 feet. Hold on, let me double check. He should be within 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, he's sweet. Awesome.
shit,
Otherwise, this
I
would have been
didn't press
bony
that.
wony. You gain 3 points of ascribed heroism corresponding to your target. Anytime before the spell ends, if you witness that creature make a saving throw, you may spend 1 point of ascribed heroism and write a short addendum to that phrase, allowing them to roll another d20 and use it in place of the d20 result that they rolled if the result is higher.
Okay.
You may do so only once per failed save and must choose to do so before the DM announces if the save failed or succeeded.
So this is just basically a saving throw buff, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. All right, I will add that to him.
Okay.
We'll put this here. All right, we'll use that to make sure that
And there will be
that's
3
trade
of
something.
those. And I will write that
Okay.
down for myself. And then, but wait, more. There is more. Haha.
Okay.
I am going to cast, with my narrative twist as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Darkest Hour on, I almost said Alondra. That's not what I wanted. On Nine Flame, the Skin Devil, and is it just that I can see? Let me double check. Creatures you can see up to my proficiency bonus. Yes. So I'm going to cast Darkest Hour,
Okay.
which is one of my narrative twists. All right.
They make an opponent's saving
where?
throw. If they fail, they have disadvantage on all attack rolls they make until starting next turn.
Okay, so Draza will be first.
Yeah,
Let me
and
get
Is the
Draza's-
cat there? If I can see the cat, I will cast it on
The Hellcat is there. Yeah, it just hasn't
Sweet.
moved yet. So
Yep.
the Hellcat,
Yeah, get that
Fiend, and Draza.
If we can get those two,
Alright.
but they'll all have disadvantage.
We will do Draza's save first, an int save. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This guy's pretty smart. He will.
DC is
let's see, this
15, even though it says
DC's
14.
15?
It just hasn't updated.
He's got a +5. Okay. So Draza got an 8. He fails.
Okay.
Go.
All right. Let me
Pretty poggers.
see. Let me see what. Oh. Okay. Okay. So Nine Flame doesn't have a bonus to in saves. 16.
Okay, that passes.
That passes. Okay. And then the Hellcat has a +1, so 6.
Okay,
so
nice.
Okay.
the Draza and the Hellcat both fail, and they have disadvantage on their attacks.
They have disadvantages on attacks until the start of my next turn.
Okay, you will have to remind me of that, but so I will do a little doodad so I know there's under some effect. All right, cool, fantastic. As you do the writ heroism, you see Marky's the runes that are embossed on his exoskeleton. You see his eyes start to smolder a little bit as he pushes back even further against Nine Flame Enterblade. Draza makes eye contact with you as you cast your Darkest Hour upon him and his Hellcat, and he is also beginning to think that this battle might not be as cut and dry as he thought it would be. And he looks at himself, he looks at his Hellcat, he looks at his baton, and he looks kind of afraid. Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to do?
I scurried away 25 feet. Because I'm a squishy author.
Okay. Understandable.
And that's
Have
me.
a nice day. All right, fantastic. Great turn. Okay, moving on. So Sunder, you're up. You told Marky to get in there and lay into Nine Flame, and that he did with heaving step after heaving step. But what are you gonna do?
Let me see. What can I do? Let's see. You're over there. Let's see how far. Oh, that's actually perfect. Okay. So Sunder is going to start making his way over to the Flesh Demon because he's going to try and aid Beak a bit.
Okay.
So we're going to get right up close to the Flesh Demon, and since I have advantage on this next attack, thank you, Leju. We're gonna hit the Flesh Demon with our quarterstaff.
All right, staff v staff. You come into his vision as he is continuing eye contact with Argentum, and his attention turns to you. 19 hits.
Perfect. Okay, so first attack.
I have like 3 books open right now, so apologies if I'm speed bumping this a little bit.
No, you're perfectly fine. So first attack is going to be 8 bludgeoning.
Okay, fantastic.
Let's see. We're going to do a second attack with the same quarterstaff. This one doesn't have advantage. 17.
17 hits.
Nice.
Okay, cool. That will do 6 bludgeoning damage. And for my bonus action, I'll just punch him in the face with an unarmed strike.
Okay. So roll for that. A 15 meets.
Oh,
damn, where'd he go, man?
And that will do 5 bludgeoning damage.
So a total of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 bludgeoning damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 19 bludgeoning damage. Where do you hit with the quarterstaff?
You'll crack him on the jaw with it. Just kind of swing it like a baseball bat.
You crack him on the jaw, and he turns a little bit, and it meets with one of his horns that kind of curls around his face up to the front as kind of like it didn't mean to, but it was just in the way. Cracks that horn off, scatters across the floor, spins around behind him. He turns around to the other cheek, and you hit him right across the face that's now open, thanks to his horn being gone. And then as he thinks he's about to regain composure, get his quarterstaff, takes a look at the ground, his footwork and everything, you come back around and square between the eyes with a thunderous punch. You do feel a little bit of his fleshy, almost chitin-like exterior cave in a little bit. Not all the way to gore him or anything like that, but he kind of meets it and stands firm in himself. Not taken aback too much, but definitely taking damage. I think you've drawn his attention. You have become his target above Beak, who he clearly just could not hit. Too live, too fast, too strong. Okay, is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay, Varric is up next, and what Varric is going to do is look at Nine Flame as Nine Flame runs towards him, and runs back this way. He pulls out an elegant, long horn of, maybe it could be from something like a boulet, or even something as simple as an elk, and he blows into it. You hear as he calls to the Riders of Koth. And that is going to be, let me see, anything else he can do? He's a pretty basic guy right now.
Yeah, basic.
He draws his long sword, and readies to fight as well. But that's gonna be his turn. because he can't cast any magic. All right. So, Fi, what's up? It's your
Cool,
turn.
sick. Okay, for my turn, I think. Let me see. So there is this. Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Hex on the Hellcat,
Okay.
which is just it just does the thing, and I'll
Right.
make them. With this application, I'll make them have disadvantage on dexterity checks, ability checks, not saving throws.
Okay.
Just ability
Okay.
checks.
Dexterity checks. Okay, cool.
And
That's
yeah,
your
so
bonus
so the flowers, they bloom across the body of this beast, and I'll just take a few shots at him.
Okay. He looks around himself, confused at this black magic.
Yeah, I'm still good. I'll just like prop my fucking gun up against the table and then just take a few shots
Yeah, you kind of lay it down.
across the hall. There we go.
Oh yeah, 18 definitely hits, and a 24 also hits. Clean.
Cool. We'll take a few shots, and then here's the hex damage.
Okay, so 23, 8. Okay, let me double check and make sure. Okay, no, you're good. Okay, so you describe these shots from your Eldritch Cannon.
Yeah, so I prop my arm up against the the table, the mess table as like support, and just like beam them down straight
Push
down
some food out of the way.
Yeah, dude, like just knock the food off with the barrel of the weapon, and then post myself for a second, take a few shots.
Okay. Aim is
And
true.
these
And they all.
beams, yeah, they run just straight down the hall, and then because they both hit, I will use repelling blast on both of them, and then he moves 20 feet back.
Okay, so you guys, if anybody sees or hear, obviously you will hear the crack, the almost wispy whine or scream that comes from this gun whenever Fi fires it. You feel the change in air pressure on the inside. It's rare that he fires his weapon indoors. Like the banners on the wall start to flutter a little bit as the concussive wave washes over everything, knocks some of the food off of the table, and you guys see on the other side of Nine Flame this Hellcat like tumbling over itself as it is pushed back 10 feet, pushed back another 10 feet. It tumbles, but like a cat. As they are wont to do, he lands back on his feet, and one paw over the other, leaving behind embers and soot and ash. As in its wake, it opens its maw, and you see the heat kind of vibrate the air in front of it as it roars at you. That it made full damage. Hi. It did. It was a Jolita and a Dusty. Full damage to this Hellcat as it tumbles back 20 feet and starts to throw embers in its wake. Good turn. Is there anything else you want to do?
It should be another 10, I think.
Oh, another 10 feet?
It's
Okay,
one
cool.
for
Yeah.
each hit.
No, it tumbles itself as against the pressure of this Eldritch Blast, and it's like back slams against the stone, the stairs, and the flagstones. You shoot it almost up these stairs until it's able to right itself and train its eyes on you.
Okay, cool. And then I will take my movement this turn to post up over. Actually, yeah, we'll be fine. Just a little bit farther back, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I'll stay right here.
Okay. Cool. All right. And that's your turn.
That's my turn.
All right, it is time for Beak. What do? You got this devil kind of like ambled over the columns towards you with its long bony fingers and legs. Its naked torso runs up to you with this long baton and misses every attack before Sunder comes and punches it square in the face. You visually see it recoil and lose some of its horn, but the focus is at your feet. What do you do?
So Beak is just finished somehow dodging all this freak's attacks and is like, full on like eyes wide. I think I said before that she's basically like, imagine a broke ass college student that's trying to trying to get her papers turned in
Yeah.
on time, that suddenly has seen Satan just walk into the fucking building. So she's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" So like she's like got her back against this pillar, and she doesn't know what the hell to do. But all of a sudden, in a manner that doesn't seem like congruent with the way that she usually uses her magic, she just disappears in a puff of purplish smoke.
No.
Whoa.
And reappears right here, because she just
Nice.
cast Misty Step without even realizing.
Nice.
Nice.
It was almost like something pulled her out of that spot and then deposited her right next to the giant robot.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, you are on the back left leg of Marky as Marky kind of is pushing back against Nine Flame in this this hellish tug of war. But you appear there. What else would you like to do?
So like, Beak almost seems caught off guard by the fact that she just warped. But then she looks up at the giant robot fighting the giant hell demon, and like before the panic of the situation can really set in for her, she takes a deep breath and then recalls some of the teachings of her church about how
Yes.
the concept of death is a promise that everybody keeps. Everybody and everything in existence must be beholden to death in some way, shape, or form. And that includes giant flaming demon mommies from beyond the corners of time.
Demon
Correct.
mommy.
So with this realization in her heart, she does the best that she can and chooses to raise up her hand with all of her rings on it. And when she does that, there's kind of like this force that just erupts from her, and hundreds and thousands of the green luminescent moths that always show up when she's casting her spells just rush out from under her, and they all go like rise up into the air, making like almost like a giant column, and they start to coalesce and change color and shape until they resemble what seems to be a giant veiled woman that also has her hand raised up the same way that Beak does.
You just
And
persona.
in her hand,
Persona.
even better. In her, like her hand has the same exact rings that Beak has in equipped, and she's wearing what seems to be a giant bird skull as a mask.
Oh, sick.
And she basically looks down at Nine Flame, and beneath the mask you can see what seems to be a smile. And Beak will swing her arm down, like very slowly and methodically, and like this apparition, this giant, like woman apparition does the same, and the hand will slowly fall onto Nine Flame. And instead of
Whoa.
like crushing her, which one would expect a giant shadow woman to do with her hand, it's like the hand kind of phases through her and like just puffs into smoke. And as soon as it does, like this entire apparition puffs into smoke. But it leaves a very obvious outline of where it touched Nine Flame, like almost like chalk markings all over her
Oh,
body.
wow. Okay.
And Nine Flame feels that death has marked her.
Whoa!
What Beak has done is channel divinity and shown her the path to the grave.
Let's put in work, Clarence!
Okay. You can see until the next your turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends.
Yo!
Oh shit! Okay.
So
That's
what
awesome!
everybody else,
You're my favorite kind of cleric.
That is
what everybody
insane.
else gets the feeling of is that the next hit that Nine Flame is hit by is going to hurt her a lot.
Yes.
Noted.
she has her eyes kind of locked on Marky's like lit up slits in his helm, but she's speaking directly to you, and Nine Flame says, "Rotting servants of a rotting queen, I will burn your dominion dash." She's like forcing this punch back, but you've slaked her in this like dust, and it's kind of like soot on her face. Her once pristine red skin is now sort of like caked in dirt and dust and grime, and the ichor of death. This has definitely made an impact, and she's beginning to weigh her options as her eyes kind of dart from Marky to the window to the doors in the back, to the sky. Like, she's trying to figure out what she's going to do. But is there anything else you'd like to do, Beak?
I just want to make a quick amendment that what
Sure.
she's covered in, this dust, it basically looks exactly like cremated ashes. Like it's that kind of vibe.
Okay.
And then, you know, Beak will hear this dialogue from her, and she's just gonna quickly give her Flipper the Bird with her wrist.
In her eyes darting around, she looks at that and sees it, but doesn't want to look like she did see that. She's her arrogance is just like, you know, overwhelming her, and yeah, that was fucking the peak.
Language.
Fantastic. Okay, so we are going to move to the Hellcat. Let me
good luck, buddy.
Tab up. So let me do some measuring here.
Yeah, good luck,
Left
buddy.
Okay. He is going to get here. Let me see. Let me double check this thing's character sheet quickly.
Ooh, you want to use your action so bad to dash.
I do want to use my action so bad to dash. Shut up.
Mind control. Mind control.
Fudge. It can't really do that. Okay, so yes, it will use my action to dash, or its action to dash, and it will kind of pounce over the tables, leaving flames and ash and smoke behind it in this like sillage trail, as it gets to you and screeches to a halt and roars this bestial but like otherworldly roar as you feel the heat from it, not just screaming, but the heat from its body get closer to you. This thing is about 5 feet tall, like by the shoulder. It's pretty big. It's bigger than Soot is, and it looks a little bit like a wolf and a cat put together. It's not even like canine or feline. It is a beast. It is a hell beast. But that is its turn. You successfully squandered my action, but that's okay, because it's Nine Flame's turn.
She has disadvantage on everything and can't move towards us or towards me. To be
Okay.
more specific.
So Nine Flame will drop the sword at Marky and kind of ready for an attack, but feint an attack and instead whip a finger around to right at Argentum. It looks like she is pointing at Argentum. But
Bye,
let me
Argentum.
see. I will need dexterity saving throws from Beak and Ray. Let me double check.
Beak, you're just barely too far away to get my bonus.
This is okay. So let me double check and do some more measuring here. So that's centered right here. Ooh, okay, you're just out of range. So Beak and Ray, I will need dexterity saving throws as Beak, to your left, after you have lowered this mist onto Nine Flame, and she kind of like is taking in her surroundings. She drops the blade, points the finger, and you see this little spark in the middle of just the air. You think for a second it's just a mode of flame from maybe the Hellcat or her hair or some of the sparks from Marky or something like that, but it grows bigger and bigger and erupts next to you. Go ahead and make your dex saves as you guys are hit by a fireball.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
5.
Ooh.
Add force under.
Thunder doesn't need
9.
Oh no, that's for me. Am I?
Oh, that's
I'm
you,
not
sorry,
in range,
okay.
right?
You're not in range.
No, you're
So
5 feet
So
away.
wait, who else in
So
range?
who does it hit?
It hits Ray and Beak. That's it. You are not in
that's it, okay.
range.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you are not in range. Wait, hold on. Is it a radius? Or yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you're not in range. It's just Ray and Beak.
All right.
So you got a 5. Beak.
Add 4 to that. So I got a 17.
So you got a 17. Let me check the DC here. Where you at? Okay. So yeah, Beak does not pass. And oh shit. Neither does the 17. So you're both going to take. Let's see. I will use the averages here. Or would you guys like me to roll the damage just for?
Yeah.
I'll roll it on the table if
Roll
you want
for
me to
cinema.
see. Roll for cinema? All right, we'll roll for cinema here. So this is... All right, here we go. "23 points of fire damage to both of you guys. And your clothing begins to catch fire. And you're just immersed and engulfed in a white, hot, concussive wave of flame that is over fairly quickly, but the heat is intense. It singes just your hair, your clothing, even a little bit of the of your feathers, Beak. As the severity of this battle start to impress upon you guys. Let me make sure that's all that I can do right now.
Would the DC to concentrate on protection from evil and good be 13 or 10?
It'd be half the damage.
Half the damage would be 13, so yeah, I think I would lose concentration.
Okay, and that was what you put on 9 Flame, yeah?
No, that's just what I put on myself. Protection.
Oh yeah,
from evil.
earlier. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that fades from you. As you did have, a fantastic display earlier. And 9 Flame is kind of stepping it up as well. Is meeting you where you are, and where you are is where
Of course.
she is like punching up. Sorry, my brain is like 9 different places right now. So that is. Yes, that is 9 Flames. That is 9 Flames' turn. Let me double check and make sure there's nothing else I can do. Yes, that's it. Okay. All right, cool. And 9 Flame swings her sword around and watches her handiwork as you guys are patting out flames and just overtaken by a wave of fire. And she...
Hey, rounds flames were hotter.
Her smile begins to come back, and she's starting to re-enter the battle once more after being caught off guard. And that's her turn.
Sweet.
So Ray, you're up. What do you got for me?
Okay. Now, she's still under fairy fire, right?
Yes. Okay.
And so frightened her on her ends at the end of my turn with my wings.
Okay.
I'm just gonna check if like they only roll the save once I do the wing. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's only when I do the wings. Okay, so I'm gonna move right here.
Okay.
Oh, which is behind
Yes.
them, and
Yes.
then I am going to, with advantage, start to flourish the whip and strike her with it.
Okay.
So, let's roll that first attack. That is a 25 to hit on the first
25
one.
hits.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yo, pump all the divine smite into this one.
Yeah, yeah.
He has
This
vulnerability.
Bitch.
So she's taking double damage, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
It's only from this attack, right? Okay, so
Only from the next
but-
attack that she gets.
Yeah.
shit, dude. I have 2 attacks, so maybe I'm okay. We'll just do this one first.
Pump it, man.
So-
Pump it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
juice
I'm
that
gonna
one up,
do-
man.
I'm going to do a 2nd level divine smite. It's the
Let's go.
highest I can do.
Okay.
Which will be, let's see, because she's a fiend, so that'll be 3d8, 48. That'll be 48 of divine smite.
Yeah, 3d8 plus 1d8 for the fiend.
Yeah, 48. Let me do the whip damage first. So 10 slashing. That's
Good.
max whip damage.
Max roll.
Whoa!
Roll
Shit.
48 divine smite.
Holy shit!
So that's 21.
Oh my god, that's really good. So,
So I think
20,
that's
21 radiant
62
damage,
62
right?
damage.
That's 62 damage.
Okay, so
Yo! That's my first attack.
describe how you take the whip out. You guys hear the distinct like curling thread throughout the air of Ray's whip that is accented now with a light metallic chain at the end that provides a little bit more aggression to it. How does this look?
As I flourish it, like electric, and I almost kind of like the whip absorbs the flames that she just struck me with, and it starts to like swirl around the whip itself. And I let out this, as I strike her, it lets out this thunderous crack. That's just my first attack, so I'm gonna keep going if that's okay.
Keep going.
Okay, next
Get her
one
ass.
is at 25 again.
Let's go, dude.
Okay.
I don't think I can smite again though, because I can only do it once.
Yeah, you can only do it once now.
Yeah, it's only once, but that was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, okay. 5 slashing once more.
Okay.
Um,
So you have two.
yeah,
more, you
that's
have one
my
more
turn.
attack.
Nope, that's it. I think
That's it. Okay.
Two
Cool.
attacks, yeah.
So Nine Flame roars in defiantly against this jagged streak of black flame that you've collected, and what almost looks like spider silk webs that are pulling your whip towards her back. It strikes her square across her back, in between her wings, what would be the most sensitive part of her skin, detonating in a burst of like arachnoid runes and words and sparks. The whip's like metallic tip buries deep into her hellish infernal flesh, raking down, sizzling blood and shredding some scales. Her bones crack beneath her. These molten blood kind of spills out from her, and this venomous Icarus-like scent fills the air. It's like acrid and sour, and for an instant she spasms. Her back twitches, her spine arches almost involuntarily. Her sword hand clenches in rage and pain as these webs in the scarring starts to take over her back, and a ragged snarl leaves her mouth as she turns to you but doesn't face you and says over her shoulder, "That will cost you." All right.
Fuck, dude. All right.
Get her ass. Well done.
You did a significant amount of damage to her.
Also,
Shout
I
out
want
Beak.
to point out for more flavor. When the hit connected, the ashes that were like coating parts of her body, they basically, it's kind of like, you know, when you throw down one of those like cherry bombs and it does like a big spark and then it just fizzles out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that happens, but to all of the ashes on her body, you just like, it's like this bright, like violent flash for an
Like
instant,
flash
and then
paper.
all of the ashes are just gone. Like it's like
Yeah.
they got detonated almost.
Across her skin, you see this after this like detonation of these cremation ashes upon her skin all over. Any exposed skin that she has that is not covered in this black steel armor, has this web-like burn pattern on her skin that is kind of like taken over the black marbled veins that she had before, and she felt that in its entirety. This fight is becoming a little more real for her. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just gonna say, it doesn't have to continue. We have the same enemies, and that's it.
Okay. Fantastic. Right. You see, she heard that, but she turns back towards Marky.
Of course.
All right.
Trying to keep it snappy. All right.
So Draza, that was a fantastic turn, dude. What a great hit.
Hey, it's all beat,
See, we
man.
got smites, baby. All right.
Natural
So-
would've been sick though.
Yeah, I know. It would have been cool. But we have Draza, the skin devil here. Draza is currently engaged with Sunder, and will begin to, let's see. Draza will raise his hand instead of his baton towards you. This like, it almost looks like a skeleton that has had leather of a beast and humanoid and creature and devil stretched over it, patchworked and burned together, melted into one disgusting humanoid figure. You see his horns curl out from this fleshed prison as he raises his hand to you, and I am going to need you. Raise his hand to you. You see these symbols in his eyes flash, almost like a pentagram for just a second. And it looks like he's kind of like taking a picture of you or something. Like there's a flash in your brain. And I need you, Sunder, to make a charisma saving throw.
I'm so sorry. I moved out of range.
Gotcha. Charisma saving throw.
Yep.
Let's see. An 8.
An 8?
Probably wouldn't
Unfortunately, that fails.
And you hear him begin to enter your mind, and on this flash you hear one word. Run.
And you feel compelled to turn around and run as far away as you can.
Oh. Interesting.
Bye-bye.
And on your turn, you will unfortunately do just that. Let's see, what else can he do? Oh, okay. For a bonus action, he will. After he does this to you, you see his mouth begin to open, almost as though someone took a razor blade to his skin and peeled lips open or cut a hole in his mouth for him to breathe. He opens his mouth, these teeth appear, and he smiles before contracting in on himself. You hear bone and sinew start to crack, almost like you've taken like a plastic package and started to like wrench it around and move it over like styrofoam, and he collapses in on himself and turns into this like fleshy ball in front of you. All this within 6 seconds, and then erupts into a small winged imp, and you hear screeching and whining, but no words, as he uses his movement to move and fly.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Huh.
What did I ever
And-
do to you?
He used all of his abilities, and that's everything he has. And that is Draza, the Skin Devil's turn. Okay, it's Krillin Blackforge's turn. Okay, so
Krillin, where's my armor?
Krillin, help!
Make it faster,
Krillin,
Krillin.
help.
Make it faster.
Krillin looks. He's got his moon blade, his moon touched longsword out. It is glowing. He's shedding very white but dull light. He looks between Nine Flame and Marky, currently tete-a-tete. He looks at Beak, who has been blasted by flames. He's confused as to what to do, and then he sees Draza make a beeline for Argentum, and he turns, looks at them, and runs in your direction, Argentum. He will actually dash to get in front of
my
Jalaza.
king!
And
He's gonna die before he completes the project.
he says, "At me, Hellfiend," and displays his blade and tries to look intimidating. That is his turn. And this time it's Marky's turn. Marky is like half circling Nine Flame, turns to Sunder and says, "Orders."
Yeah.
Engage. I just tell him to attack again.
Okay, you tell him to attack again. Okay.
Yeah.
So he nods and says, "Affirmative," and you hear, "Forge Heart Overclock engaged," and he has this section of his chest that kind of lattices back, and you see on the inside this gem spinning violently, this like oblong, almost like ovular gem spinning and winding up. And he says, "Forge Heart Overdrive, activate!" And you see a beam coalesce on his chest, and he fires right at Nine Flame and her sword. Let me roll for this. Oh god, okay. Let's see. That's a 1, 2. Okay. It's a 26 to hit. That hits.
Nice.
And it intercepts. It's intercepted by Nine Flame's chest, and as she kind of like moves out of the way, it curves and like draws itself up her face and on her horns and through her numerous in between her horns, and it goes up and starts to draw a line almost uncontrollably through Marky, and it kind of catches, it makes him off balance. Let me roll damage here. What is it, 5? Okay, it's 4. So Nine Flame takes 20 points of force damage, as does pretty much the ground behind her, the walls to the left of the portal, as this beam kind of curves itself up and around the chapel before it is concealed once more. Marky finds himself on his back foot after that attack, and readies his fists once more. Let me double check his character sheet and see if there's anything else I can do. Oh, okay. I can do that. All right. So he went back 5 feet, and he lowers his head and begins a run at Nine Flame, and that is the last of his turn. He kind of lowers himself and starts a charge. Okay, so Alondra, you're up.
Oh, yes. Alondra. What can Alondra do? Alondra's gonna come. Sorry.
You're good.
Alondra's gonna be right there.
Why did you laugh?
Free
no
action?
reason. And let's see. This probably
Nate.
won't.
You're foul, Nate.
Gary.
All right. I'm going
foul
to
for that.
I'm going to shout at her, "I need cover!" And then she's going to cast darkness just so that it hits. Fuck, I don't want to mess up Marky. Shit.
Is
fine.
it a save?
Maybe Marky will be fine. No, it's just
AoE
magical
darkness.
darkness. I'm gonna have that hit. It's 15 feet of a circle. Let's see, 15 feet. I don't want to blind him. I just want to blind us. So like maybe like this. Do you see that?
Yeah, that looks fine.
Yeah. So from Marky's perspective, a like cloud of darkness will just erupt from the ground and cloak Nine Flame and I, and creatures with dark vision can't see through it. Non-magical light can't illuminate
That's
it.
true.
I have blind sight, obviously, so it doesn't affect me. And that's gonna be Alondra's turn.
Okay.
But Marky
All
can't
right.
see her anymore, right?
Well, they're still right next to each other, but technically no.
Yeah, okay.
Unless Marky has some
just checking.
special vision.
Just check.
You don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. All right, that's Alondra's turn.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right, that means we are up to our favorite author in the whole wide world, Argentum. Draza
shit, fuck.
took imp form, coasted 60 feet flying over towards you, and still in imp form. You see this green substance falling from his gnarled teeth. He still retains some of his like appearance initially, some of the runes that have been etched on his skin, some of the skin types that he has coalesced with is still apparent in his imp form, but he just like froths in front of you.
Okay. Ooh, I remember the thing I can do. Okay, great, cool.
Let's go.
My brain shorted out because I'm scared, y'all.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
We good. Okay. So, as of being 6th level, my beautiful boys, I gained an ability called Consultation. So,
That's awesome.
Who you gonna call?
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! So Argentum pulls out their quill, and Krillin would see them start like muttering to it. Nobody else would be able to hear this but Krillin, so for his sake, he would hear,
Great Lucio, please grant me just a fraction of your capabilities.
Name drop.
and their quill will start to glow with a black and pink swirling magic, and they place their pen to their journal once more, and it's almost as if their spells have taken on a greater strength.
Okay.
Argentum has called upon their inscriptor patron.
About damn time.
I know, baby.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna look at this on the actual inscriptor document because it's very small on Roll20 and I can't fucking read for the life of me. So consultation. Yes.
Oh boy.
I gain the ability to invoke my patron. So what this does is, as my bonus action, I can request aid from my patron to create a new packed spell slot that disappears after 1 minute.
Okay.
So this will be for sake of delineation, because I've already done the calculation, it'll be a 3rd level spell slot.
Cool.
And I'm going to expend it immediately. And
Okay.
I'm going to cast...
It creates a spell slot?
It creates an extra spell slot. So when creating it, you can also expend an existing spell slot, except for those gained, adding that slot's level to the new one.
I see.
Yeah, so basically you can cast higher levels, or you can cast known spells at higher levels. And if I don't use this spell slot on the same turn it's created, then I need to concentrate on it as if it were a spell.
Ah, okay. So how do you beseech Lucio?
It was them whispering to their packed item, which is their quill that they always write with, just praying for their help.
You hear in your head no distinct voice, but distinct words. The blank page is a battleground. Every word a soldier.
Some die, but others are yours to command. Now, right.
Did you get your spell
Okay,
slot?
motherfucker. Yeah, I'm going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at
Okay. Whoops.
at 3rd level
Okay.
on Higgity Heckin. It's 90 feet, so Higgity Heckin fuck, man. On our sexy little skin devil here.
Okay.
And I can't see her anymore because of the darkness, so I will cast it also on the Hellcat.
How big is the darkness? How big is the darkness? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
What's the?
I'll draw that circle real quick. It should be.
But what is there? It's a radius, right?
Yeah, it's a radius.
Okay, so
Is
she
it
is
radius?
enveloped. Yes.
Yeah, it's a radius.
Okay, cool.
15 feet.
Okay, yeah, she's enveloped. You can't see her.
Sorry.
It must be an intelligence saving throw. All right. Let me check her sheet quickly. Okay, she has no bonuses to intelligence saving throws. Gorgeous.
Well, you can do it on her even if you can't see her.
No, this is. Hold on, let me see.
Oh yeah, on a creature
see
you
within
see
range.
within range.
That's what I was
Okay.
saying. It's on the Hellcat and our skin
Oh
devil
yeah,
here.
okay, cool. All right, so the Hellcat, I think they do have.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Hellcat has.
And it's DC 15. My sheet's just not updating it on the spells themselves. I gotta fuck around with it.
Okay, cool. Just a +2, so not that big of a deal. This is the Hellcat. 16.
Okay, they save.
They save. All right, and you do it on the Skin Devil, yes?
Yes.
Okay, let me find get the book out. Okay, this guy's a little smarter. 24, they both save.
Fuck! That's okay. It's okay. I can just.
It's okay. Damage is
not do
damage.
that again till I sleep.
You also you hear after it both fails, you hear again distinct words, almost as though it's like a combination of your father speaking and your own head voice and your Corey soul, both Praetori and Vivacary, all together. You hear, "You crave perfection. That does not exist."
I will do better, my Corifont.
And. Okay, that is my action and my bonus action. If I move, he's gonna bat me in the face hole, so I'm gonna stay where I am. That's
Correct.
me.
You are smart. All right.
I have my
That's your turn,
moment.
yeah?
That's my turn! And
All right.
Darkest Hour would no longer be on them since that is my. It's come around to my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, we
Yarr.
will get rid of these little marker darkers. All right, sweet. That means we got a big punchy boy, Sunder. This imp just flew over your shoulder, and for some reason you were unable to hit it when it left. It just kind of was so quick and unexpected that this thing kind of collapsed in on itself and then hatched into this disgusting little creature, this little fucking weirdo, and just went over your shoulder. What do you do? Nine Flame is there in the darkness. You know she's there, and to your left, behind you, Phoenix is currently, Phi is currently engaged with a Hellcat.
Oh boy. Let's
Thunder
see.
was commanded, right?
Oh yeah, you were commanded to flee.
To run.
So you turn
Yeah,
around.
how far do I go?
Diary.
You actually have to run away from Draza. So you run.
Okay.
You go up the chamber.
You go up here. Yeah, you run north as far as your movement can take you. You still have actions though you can do, but you've just been commanded to run away. Flee, essentially, is as rules is written. It's flee.
So
that
all of my
happen before
movement
anything else?
go up.
Let me read this again. Let me double check and make sure.
Or does it
Man,
get to
so
be-
flee.
yeah.
The target spends its entire turn, spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means. So you have to dash.
you have
Oh,
to dash
fun.
all the way up the chamber.
Yeah, and you're a monk, right? So do you have Step of the Wind or something like that?
I do, yeah.
So you have to go as far away from Draza as possible, north of the chamber. You have to just run away from him in fear.
Oh boy.
think
Okay.
he's gonna attack opportunity.
Well, let's see. If I'm using Step of the Wind, that's a key point then. Let me see. What did I situate there? Okay.
At least I didn't make you grovel. That's one of the options.
Yeah, true. Let's see.
Happy
All the
birthday.
way up.
Happy birthday.
I appreciate it.
Grovel would have been kind of funny though.
Well, since I'm kind of nowhere near anybody and I don't have movement speed, I'm just going to call that my turn.
Okay, that's as far as you can get. But you do see, as you run away from Draza, the fear in the pit of your stomach begins to abate the further away you get from him, and your heart rate starts to slow down. You stop sweating as much, and as you get up onto this altar, this plinth, your movement is exhausted, and you raise your head. You see in front of you this portal to the Ashlands, this portal to essentially hell, raining meteors, dunes of ash and bone, spires of chitin, and horns of long dead giant beasts that have been buffeted by ancient winds, sands, and rock in this hellscape in front of you. The portal has not changed. Nine Flame has not turned around. And that is the situation with the sustained portal in front of you that Lillian and Trevor put together, this like blinking portal you guys saw earlier. But I figured I'd let you know that since you're closest to it, you would see that. And you're on the ass end of this darkness spell that Alondra had erected right behind Nine Flame. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Not really. May I ask how long command lasts, though?
That's it. It's done. You just get one. Just one command. Yeah.
Okay.
Speak one command word. Yeah. It doesn't. If it's yeah. And also he is probably going to do something, even if it was like the yeah. That's it. You're good.
Yeah. Perfect. We'll just call it there
cool.
then. I'll
Sweet.
just wait to do what I was going to do for my next turn.
Cool. Varric is up next, and Varric puts away his horn. He turns and kind of leans against this pillar in such a way that he can find a clean, true shot with his bow that he pulls out from over his shoulder. This like long, elegant, like yew bow that's seen a couple of fights. He knocks an arrow, pulls it back, and shoots a couple at Draza.
Pog.
25 and a 20.
A crit,
Okay.
Oh,
Let's go,
That's
King!
a natty! Natty!
All right, let's roll this
No
damage.
juice, all natty.
Smash. No juice, all natty, baby. All right. So let's grab. Okay, so this is 1d8. It's 4. So this is the first attack. 5 points of piercing damage, and then
This is
the second attack. Yeah, this is the crit. So 17 points of piercing damage. So the first one is him kind of finding out the trajectory. Inside, there's no wind in here, so he's trying to figure out exactly like where he's supposed to aim the second one. So, and that kind of grazes the tight skin that is in between this devil's horns, kind of like butterflies this web of skin that he has that's kind of knitted on his forehead, and then a second shot rings it out of nowhere, singing through the air, and hits him through the neck. It goes in one side, out the other. And Argentum, you see that these arrows that he's firing are silver. These are like fully knocked silver arrows, like cast from the metal. These things are incredibly valuable, and obviously only the richest people would be able to afford them. And he's just using them to dispatch these devils pretty handedly. He does, let's see, was that 23 points of piercing damage? Yeah, okay. And you hear a small gurgle from this imp as this bow or this arrow goes through his tiny little voice box, and Varric will move himself to a bit more of an advantageous position here, and let's see, what else can he do? He hasn't been hit yet. Okay, that's it. That's his turn. All right.
Beautiful work, darling.
He kind of gives you a nod and a wave, and assumes his stance. He puts his back up against this pillar here, just to kind of give himself some cover. He's just a human fighter. There's nothing crazy about him. He's just really fun, I guess, and very attractive. I am going to go.
Thinks everyone's attractive.
I'm going to go pee really quick, but it'll be like 40 seconds. You have about 40 seconds to figure out what you're going to do. I'll be right back.
Sick.
39, 38,
Oh my God.
37.
He's counting down.
Apologies if darkness messes anybody up on this round or for the
It's all good.
foreseeable future.
Nah, you're good, boo.
So she's only like barely in it though, right?
She's in this, like, hold on. Can I turn it back on? She's in this area right here.
She's in this area. You said it there, or did you set it from here?
It's around this area. Like, it's either this square. No, it's either this square
20 feet, right? 15 foot
or
radius.
this square. Wait, it's this square. This one right here. It can't be that one. It's this one.
Okay, I see. Interesting. Okay, we'll see. We
She does.
shall
If
see.
she's blinded, then she does have it's advantage to hit her. I think that's how
Yeah,
darkness-
but
Yeah.
Okay.
if they can't see her, then it's this is
still straight roll, right?
so it's just a straight roll.
Okay,
The
so what are you
important
doing?
part is that she continues to have disadvantage on everything else.
True.
So what are you doing?
All right.
Fi?
It's my turn. Cool.
Yeah.
Sick. Wearing the visage of Zack, he looks around. He sees the Hellcat. He sees the skin.
I hope he
devil,
sees the Hellcat.
He sees this huge pit fiend. He turns back to the Hellcat. And it's Zack's familiar, smug smirk, and he says, "All the fun they're having. I'm stuck with the fries." And I'm just gonna turn around, like turn to this cat, and just slowly walk 5 feet back.
Opportunity attack.
Yeah,
You're
take
gonna
it.
regret that.
Take it.
Let me get there. I will. Hold on.
Oh, I will.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
You gonna?
Ooh! Oh, these guys suck. Okay.
Natural one.
It's funny. He swipes at you, and you just kind of backstep it and continue on your way.
I literally like turn around, like not facing him as I walk away 5 feet, and then when I'm 5 feet away, I like whip the gun around like with one arm and just like fire it off down right towards him.
Okay. Go for it.
180 no scope.
Yeah. He's gonna no-scope my cat. 12 does
First,
not hit,
there's the second.
but a 23 certainly does.
Here's the damage.
Okay.
14.
Okay, so as you turn around and fire, the first one hits him square in the face. He kind of like, a cat-like screech, like a cougar or something, erupts from this volcanic creature. And the second one, he's able to wise up for just a second, and he dips his shoulder, and it crashes into some of the stained glass far down on the other end of the chapel, and he lowers his shoulders at you, and you hear almost what sounds like a purr, but like an earthquake coming from his throat, a really low ruckle as he's thinking about what to do.
Right. With the with the shot that hits, he'll be knocked back 10 feet.
Okay.
And then, seeing as his cat is still alive, he's like, "Are you kidding me?" And then, we'll use meta magic to quicken spell and do it again.
Okay.
Let's go.
And this time he'll like fully shoulder the gun and aim down the sight.
Oh fuck! Okay, all right. Roll damage. Those both hit.
Take the shot. Take the breath. Take the shot. Take the breath.
Holy shit! How do you want to do this?
Phoenix will use. So that was 5 feet of movement. He's going to. Let me see. How much is this? He'll use the remainder of his movement to like slowly like walk down the corridor, shooting, just like you know what I mean, like executing him.
Yeah, no, like
end
lever
right
action
here.
Yeah, fucking, I got you.
And then just the last shot is like right here, and then just blast.
You knock him down, 10 feet away. He tumbles over these oaken tables and benches that are like peeling away their lacquer and stuff with the heat, starting to melt some of the the gold and silver that are holding some of the food, burning things as it rolls around, cat-like trying to right itself. But you just keep walking towards it slowly, throwing eldritch blast after eldritch blast into this thing. And after one final defiant roar, you hit him with a really clean, precise blast right through the chest, and it silences this beast. You just hear a as it falls, the flames extinguished, simply bones, soot, and whatever sort of magmatic viscera that this thing is composed of slough to the ground, and start to like melt and singe the all the wood and everything flammable around it ignites. This thing is toast, no pun intended. It is dead. You overkilled.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was gonna let the body fly back 20 feet.
No, I mean, you could. I mean, the bones and everything would just like fly and hit against this pillar here, just clattering to the ground, almost musically so.
You bitch. And then I'll just, that's my turn.
All right, fantastic turn. Way to go. You always dispatch people really, really in very, cinematic ways. It's fantastic. Okay, all right. Beak, you are up. Still kind of recovering a little bit from that fireball to the face. Some of your feathers singed, maybe even your cloak as well. You blink your eyes and you're righting yourself. What do you do?
Bro, Beak is just sitting on the ground looking like this, man.
Wait, are you knocked out?
Oh,
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No,
but
she
she got
blinks and
cooked.
she is not a fully cooked chicken. Like her ears are ringing and like she's very disoriented and she's like clambering to stand up again after getting blasted. And then she looks and sees fucking faceless McGee right up on Argentum's grill, and she flashes back to all of the moments that Argentum has been showing her kindness and just being a good person, and she knows what she has to do. So she's gonna run up to this thing, and like she will make her ringed hand into a fist, and it like is almost like covered in like this ominous green glow.
Fucking sick.
And then she will slam her fist into the back of the skin devil, and she's gonna vampiric touch his ass.
Vampiric touch!
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
So this is gonna be a 1d20 plus 7.
See, I don't think there's
13 does not hit. Unfortunately. So you come up and Argentum, Krillin, Alondra, they all see you kind of wind up this necromantic punch to the back of the skin devil. Well, it's right now he's currently an imp, but your punch makes contact. It just doesn't seem to do anything except knock the skin devil out of his second form, and he is now his 10-foot long, gangly, skeletal, sinewy self on one knee on the ground after he kind of flummoxes around in a writhing mass of black tendrils back into his base form. Unfortunately, it did not hit. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
She is gonna like realize that it had no purchase. So she will instead, like looking at her wounds and looking at the singed feathers, she lets out like this hoarse kind of cry, like a and another like small little swarm of moths will come out and start like quickly covering all of the wounded parts of her body, and this is going to be a healing word.
Okay.
Cast at level 2.
Okay.
So
all right. Fantastic.
Be,
on yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, on myself.
Nice,
Okay, cool.
nice.
So this is going to be a 2d4 plus 2d4 plus 4, I think. Yes. Roll 2d4 plus 4. Wow, that's garbage. So she
No way! What?
Oof.
Fuck!
Damn. Unlucky.
2 1s.
I've been there.
You feel the weight of these hellions in the room, magically so. Unfortunately, it's not making it easy to heal people here.
The rolls tonight have been very balanced.
Yeah,
no,
everyone's
this is great.
sucking.
It's going back and forth.
And
Okay.
yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So that means 9 Flame the Glorious is up. Ray, are you where you are right now?
That is where I am right now. I'll put the darkness circle back on the board. It is
So you-
here.
You put the darkness. The darkness is there. It is enveloping you. You feel it as this like cooler mist around you. You feel the air, but you also feel 9 Flame's eyes on you. She can see through not just that darkness, but through your blindness as you see these coals just hovering in the air next to you.
Bad call, Alondra.
Give me just a second.
How could you not know she saw through darkness?
Holy shit, she saw so hard you could see her. She gave you sight temporarily.
Why did you drop fairy fire for this shit?
So she turns to you and you feel the heat
I'm
of
gonna die,
her
I'm gonna die.
greatsword moving in front of you, and telepathically in your head, she says,
Lolth took your eyes, little paladin. Gaze all you like through them. It won't let you see the blade that kills you.
and she will make melee attacks on you. So let me go ahead and roll these. You guys see this darkness, right? And 9 Flame is obscured by this darkness. You can't entirely see unless you have like magical, like Devil Sight or Dark Vision, like magical Dark Vision. You can't see what's going on, but you do see several times a flaming greatsword that could only be 9 flames rise above the darkness as it comes down on something inside. So we will make these melee attacks. All right. Let me see. All right, I will roll these on the board.
Cool.
20.
Mm-hmm.
24.
Jeez Louise.
I can't see her.
And another 24.
I can't see her. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it makes a fourth attack. Oh, I'll make that last one something different though. So these 3 are going to be with her greatsword. Okay, so that's not too bad.
Plus 14. Plus 14.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. So this is the first attack.
I'm fucking dying, dude.
13.
Caffeine, bro.
I'm fucking dying, dude.
13 slashing damage. Second attack is 15 slashing damage. And the third attack is 17 slashing damage.
Oh my god.
What did she do with the fourth one?
45.
The fourth attack is her tail. As
Oh no.
she wraps it around you, and you feel it snake in the same place that the whip would. And she lifts you off the ground and squeezes you. You see through the darkness, everyone, almost as though he is emerging from the ocean or a bath or something. You see Ray grappled by 9 Flame in her tail. Let me roll this attack really quick. See if it actually hits. 33.
At least it wasn't a crit. It's all good.
Yeah. Let me roll the damage here. 3d10 plus 8. 22 bludgeoning damage as you are crushed in 9 Flame's tail. How much health do you have, Ray?
Negative 43.
Holy shit.
43 hit points below 0.
Oh,
So probably an automatic
my
failure.
god.
She reaches for
An
your
automatic,
whip.
that's it.
She can't grab it from you, but she kind of shakes it loose from your body and then throws you over the table toward Fi. Oh, hold on, wait, AJ's here. I gotta say hi to AJ.
Oh god, AJ's here. Hey, but dude, I literally heard the dap up in the background, dude.
Yeah.
That's brutal to just fucking eviscerate my character and then go dab someone up in the back.
This is actually like a scene from JoJo's.
Yeah, man.
One shot someone and then turns around. Hey, yo.
AJ is giving you his blessing.
Thanks, AJ.
Thanks,
Okay.
AJ.
All right. Sorry. So, you have failed 1 death save.
Yep.
You
It's fine.
are limp at Fi's feet.
I'll use
And-
my little pin to mark my. That's my whip.
9 Flame
Right there.
kind of takes 2 steps this way, and you see her bend over and disappear into the darkness. And yes,
No, that's good. That's fine.
Right.
I can't
She
see her,
just-
so it's fine.
she bends over and disappears into the darkness. Ray, roll a death save.
That's one.
17.
Oh, okay, that's 1 success.
So close.
Shitting my pants, dude.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Next up, we have Draza. So Draza is going to... Let me check these here. Okay, so he's in his true form. He's going to brandish his claws. You see these black bones come from his fingernails, almost like Wolverine, where he just kind of like schlicks them out, like on either side. And he comes at you. His mouth peels open on his like taut skin, and he will strike at. He will turn around and strike at Beak. Actually, well, no. Beak didn't really do too much, so he's gonna strike at Argentum, and he's going to attack twice. Okay. But I could, guys. The gloves are off.
What if
yeah.
you didn't? You're so pretty.
I'm so sorry. Let's see. What is this? Okay, this is. He's really good at these. So the 17 to hit.
Uh-huh.
And a 27 to hit.
Also, the bar's 27.
Okay. All right. We'll roll one more time. 26.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So
All right.
they both hit. Good thing these aren't too damaging. 3. Okay. So 8 and 9 points of slashing damage. As Draza kind of carnally, after he is wrecked out of his imp form, just reactively, instinctively brandishes these blackened claws, shiny from whatever fluid is inside, keeping this thing alive, just swiping at your chest, Argentum, and kind of rips open your tunic and nicks your bicep and your riding arm, unfortunately. And he flicks the blood from his claws, ready to do it again. He doesn't move. There are no bonus action. Well, he does have a bonus action, but he doesn't want to do that right now. And that is his turn. It is Krillin's turn.
The advantage goes to Marky, by the way.
The advantage is on Marky.
Yep.
Okay, remind me of that on his turn. Okay, so Krillin's turn. Krillin's moon-touched longsword, after seeing what happened to Ray, he definitely caught a body flying through the air. He's kind of overwhelmed by this power. You've never really seen him this furious before. The grip on his longsword tightens, and his eyes go white as he swings at this skin devil at the top of his lungs, screeching, speaking in tongues almost, as he hits this thing with his moon-touched longsword here. Let me grab this. So, okay. So he has 2 swings with his moon-touched longsword. So 15 meets. The 24 hits.
Damn.
And that is... Let me see.
2 hits.
This is a special sword, so let me grab this thing really quick. Okay, cool. All right, 1 plus. Okay, so that is 8, and then 7, and then an additional. Oh God. So 5. So he hits 2 slashes across the skin. Well, 1 slash across the skin devil's chest, and he comes back and reels back and then pierces the skin devil's chest through his thorax, right through ribs. You hear some cracking, and as he pushes once more, just to kind of like twist the knife in the wound, you see this white light, these white rays pierce the skin devil's flesh and start to ignite and light him up from the inside before Krillin withdraws his sword, and he takes an additional 10 radiant damage from Krillin, and he removes his sword. His shoulders kind of droop. He breathes heavily, and like his mouth muscles and his face muscles start to twitch as he's like frothing and foaming with a berserker rage at Draza, and he screams once more. And that's his turn. He hasn't taken any damage or anything like that. That's his turn. Cool. All right. So now it's Marky's turn. And Marky, you hear Sunder from downtown. It like echoes in your head and kind of like shakes you from this command-laden stupor that you've been in, and you hear, "Master, orders."
From across the chapel, Sunder will just tell him to make another attack.
Okay. Marky saw what happened to Ray, and you see Marky walk into the darkness. This black inky area beginning to engulf him and Nine Flame, and I won't tell you what happens because you guys don't see it quite yet. But I will roll.
Yippee!
You hear. Some of the masonry on the ceiling starts to crumble and fall under the like tectonic weight of whatever is happening on the inside. Okay? You see Marky's elbow reel back. You see this red tail whip out from inside the darkness. You see flashes of light and flame on the inside. You hear everyone in the room telepathically. You hear like roars and reactions and heavy breathing from whatever is happening on the inside of this orb of darkness. And it will, I'll roll for damage. They all hit.
Fuck her up, Marky.
I'm just gonna add these all together just because it's more fun to see a big number. So that's plus 5 to 15. Okay. 55
Nice.
bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
As is the darkness is still there? Does Alondra plan to like remove it at any point, or
On her turn.
You can
Okay,
drop it at any
cool.
point in time. It's a concentration spell.
Really? I thought you had to do it on your
yeah?
turn. Then no, I mean she'd drop it as soon as Ray was thrown out. I'd say she'd
Okay.
drop it.
Then you guys saw the first attack that Marky did. He walked up, and he's an automaton, right? It's not quite like a lifelike humanoid robot. So every step, every move is metered and calculated and precise and inorganic. And Nine Flame, turning around after throwing Ray, is greeted to a mechanical arm around her neck that lifts her up and begins to crush her throat. She drops her greatsword and is slammed to the ground, cracking the flagstones underneath of her. Marky winds up a second punch, punches her square in the face. Sunder, you hear a clattering underneath of you, and that is the other side of her horn that is scattered over to you with such force it kind of like dents part of the stone underneath of you. He winds back one more time, and you hear an energy begin to surge or wind up in his punch. His elbow is pulled all the way back. And give me just a second. A light starts to, like, rays of light, like, peek out from his fist, and you hear, "The Forge Heart burns hotter than hell." The most humanoid that he has been. And
That's awesome.
he says, "Deleted." As he cracks down once more, her face and entire head is like buried in the stone underneath of him, and he holds that position. That's the end of his turn. Alondra, what do you do?
Come on, Alondra. Do that again, but again.
Okay. Shit. Alandra's going to rush up. Actually, let me think here. We'll try this first. Alandra's gonna pull out the hand crossbow and strike Skin Devil.
Okay. Make an attack.
Okay.
Moment of truth.
That
Damn
does not
it.
hit.
All right.
Damn.
I don't think she can do it twice, so
Good job, Alondra.
that's it.
Good job,
The,
Alondra.
bolt
Well done,
The
baby.
bolt leaves the mechanism and kind of bounces off one of Draza's remaining horns. I added a syllable to that. One of Draza's remaining horns. Is there anything else you'd like Alondra to do?
No, she's probably very distracted.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. All right, so that means Argentum, you're up.
Okay. Can we see... No, that wouldn't be good right now. Sorry. I was like, never mind. I'm changing my mind as I go here. Mother fucking shirt balls. Okay. I'm going to hold on. I'm checking things. If this spell requires concentration.
Really half a second. I'm so sorry.
You
What are you
good?
currently concentrating on?
I am concentrating on writ
Writ heroism?
heroism.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
heroism. That's right.
Yeah. So I was checking if my other thing. No plot armor doesn't. Amazing. Okay, prof bonus is 5. So I'm going to use my bonus action to use a narrative twist. Once more. All right. They are going to scroll across the page, and the letters are going to lift themselves off. Elvish letters are going to encircle Krillin,
Okay.
Silent Beak, Ray, Phoenix. Let's see, it's 5, 1, 2,
Damn.
4. And what's our prof bonus right now? Is it
3?
3?
3? Okay. So it will be Ray, Silent Beak, and Krillin.
Cool.
And they will have next time they take damage, they will take 7 less damage.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure you keep track of that.
I'm
Okay,
marking
guys.
that down. Yeah.
Thank you. Raise 7 less damage. Yeah, perfect. Very good way to keep track of it. I'll make sure to keep that for Krillin as well. Okay, sick.
Sick is not the word I would use.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do, Argentum?
That is just my bonus action. So I'm gonna use a sexy little. Let's see. What do I got here, bud? Shit, fuck, dude. I'm just gonna try Writ Slumber. It's a sexy little.
Okay,
I go in panic. It's a sexy little cantrip. Hold on here. Hitting all the wrong buttons on my mouse. Okay.
Poggers.
Okay. Muy pagiente, my guy. Okay. So I'm gonna cast Writ Slumber on the Skin Devil.
Okay. Is that an intelligence save?
That is an int save.
Okay. D20 plus 5. 13 fails, I would imagine, right?
Let's go!
Nice.
He's gonna take
W.
1d10 psychic damage.
Okay.
Wait, this isn't the one that sleeps?
No,
Is it sleep
I
or
thought
is
you
this
said
a
just
seizure?
slumber.
I thought you said
this
slumber
is seizure.
too.
No, this is
Damn it.
seizure.
Okay.
That's fine. It's fine. I thought you were
It's
just
still 9
leaving them.
damage, bro.
9
damage.
damage.
Yeah. It's 9 damage. It's 9 damage.
You see a couple of the blood vessels in his like milky eyes start to burst, and some of the like the pentagonal symbol, the pentagram in his eyes starts to twitch on his right side as he kind of reels back in pain just a bit before correcting himself. Yeah, that definitely hurt, and it seems like it hurt him more than like physically. It seems like you hurt his pride as well, because this is something that he prides himself on, his how he maintains his his mind palace, as it were.
I will write your nightmares.
And that's me.
Ooh, badass. Okay. All right, that means Sunder, you are free from command. You just saw Ray getting tossed over one of the tables at Phi's feet, seemingly unconscious after being, assaulted mercilessly by Nine Flame with both her greatsword and her tail. The whip is on the other side of the column here, as you are well aware that is currently her objective. And you also saw Marky pin her down and punch her several times square in the face into the concrete and the rough stones below her. She's currently grasping and like wiggling, trying to get out of this grapple that Marky has her in. Seems like he's holding pretty fast, but you were looking at his face. His mechanisms are starting to fail. Like she is immensely strong, and it seems like some of the servos and whatever, like sinew and cords and cabling and hoses and things that are inside of him are starting to burst and buckle underneath Nine Flames' fury. What do you do?
Well, let me see. How far away am I? That is about 45 feet. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do something that I've been waiting to do for a bit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of flavor this as we go. We're gonna have Sunder walk up. He's walking closer to Nine Flame, and he is gritting his teeth the entire time. After seeing Ray go down, it kind of pissed Sunder off. He's very, very angry. And as he's walking up to Nine Flame, he is saying to himself, "Veteran, I promised you I wouldn't do this again. But I think I'm going to have to." Sunder stops behind Nine Flame, and his arms kind of start to bulge in a way.
Oh shit.
His veins are popping out of his arms, his forehead. His skin has shifted from a light bluish to a deep purple.
Okay.
And he is going to say one thing. "Don't you ever lay your hands on my friends again." And Sunder is going to rage.
Let's go! Huge!
Our fun little bit of multi-classing. I've been keeping this in my back pocket.
What?
I knew it!
Not even
I actually didn't know
from
it.
him
That's
for you guys.
awesome!
Like, oh my god. Okay.
I have kept this under wraps for several sessions.
Okay.
But so he uses his bonus action to rage. And he is going to proceed to hit Nine Flame in the back with his quarterstaff.
My favorite.
Which does
Barbunk.
Okay, that's a 12. I don't think that's gonna hit.
Barbunk.
You are rolling with advantage because Nine Flame is prone and grappled. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. We'll roll that again then.
That's 20 calling it. All right, I was
That is a
close.
26.
Yeah, it is.
That is a 26. Okay, so since we're rolling with advantage, we're gonna hit them once with the quarterstaff. And he is going to do 9 bludgeoning damage. But since we're in rage, that adds a +2. So that is 11 bludgeoning damage. And then he is going to use his last action to Flurry of Blows, which is 2 strikes from what I know.
Yeah. Okay, so you get both of those at advantage.
Perfect. So 1 and 2.
Both hit.
Perfect.
I think you can also hit you with your quarterstaff at another time.
Really?
Yeah, Flurry of Blows
Oh,
is special, is an ability in and of itself.
You have 2 attacks
Okay,
and
W.
a bonus action for you.
W.
No, wait, isn't Flurry of
well,
Blows
we rage.
a
The
bonus?
rage is a bonus
Flurry-
action.
Oh, never
Flurry of
mind.
Blows is also a bonus.
Yeah, okay.
Is it?
So you would
Or
just
can I
go-
use it as an actual action?
No, it's
Well,
only a bonus.
I'm gonna
Bonus?
give
Yeah.
you a little bit of like narrative flavor here and say that you can rage and use Flurry of Blows at the same time just because it's
Sick.
fucking cool. Like,
Sick.
okay.
Sick.
All right, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it at the Flurry of Blows then.
Okay,
and then
cool. Yeah,
We'll
but
roll
let's
the
say
damage.
roll-
Kids, because your DM will say
Go
no.
ahead, roll damage, and then add your rage damage to that. So 8,
That is 8 and 7.
7. Okay, so 8, 7 plus 11. What is that? 28. Am I right? Is my math wrong? 28.
I
Okay.
think so.
So 28 bludgeoning damage as you come down with the quarterstaff, and then the rage starts to take you over, and instead you just come down with your fists, much like Marky has been, you know, coming down with your fist. You come down to her forehead. Her crown is a little bit stronger than you had anticipated, but through your rage welling within you, seeing your friend die, or you seemingly thrown to the side like a rag doll, you have crushed in further. Her once prominent, like, regal brow is now bruised and swollen. The scarred, like the scarified spider webs around her are finding new places for blood to pool on her skull. And the second attack, you come down with your fist and break off clean the same horn on the same side that yours is. She only has one horn left. Much like you.
Scarred from this battle, yay!
And she looks at you in the short time that you are interacting. She smiles through the pain, through the punches, spits out a sharp tooth, and says,
"A half-blood worm dares raise a hand. I made your kind from spilled blood, seed, and oaths."
She smiles and laughs, swallows her blood. What else would you like to do?
We'll leave it at that with the actions, but Sunder will smile back at them and say, "You may have created us, but we are going to fight until there's nothing but blood on the floor, and it's gonna be yours."
Strike,
Bars.
Strike.
And then, anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, then we are going to pivot over to the other side, to Varric Tin Whistle. And Varric is going to jump up onto this Great Hall table. And he is going to... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. He is going to knock his arrows, his silver arrows, from his quiver once more. And let me see exactly. Okay, cool. Actually, he grabs a different arrow. These are basic, like, wooden arrows, because he only has so many silver arrows. And will shoot with his longbow at Draza once more. That's a 7 that misses. That's a nat 20. Jesus, that's 2 crits today from this guy.
Let's go.
And
let's
almost
go.
as though he's emboldened by that shot that found its mark right in between the sternum of the skin devil. That's very clearly pronounced, as this thing is mostly just bone and skin. He action surges and then does it a second time. So that also hits. And the 14 does not. So we have two hits, one's a crit, just like last time. So 1d8.
Let's go, fighters.
Let's go, fighters! Okay, yeah, okay. D8. Okay. That's that's 1. And then plus 10. 17. So 22, right? No, 23. So 23 points of piercing damage from Varric. As you, over your shoulder, Argentum, you hear like a whistling and a very brief wind. These couple arrows that kind of miss and go over by Beak and scatter to the ground, and 2 others that actually hit square in between the ribs of Draza and over the shoulder of Krillin. And that is going to be Varric's turn. He kind of uses the end of his turn to look over at the door, kind of expectantly, and he looks a little antsy. He looks worried. And then we are going to pivot over towards Fi. What do you do?
Let's go. Okay.
At your feet currently is Ray, limp, missing his whip, writhing in pain, and you
Wall's
see
glaive is probably on the floor too.
Yeah, it's just scattered next to you among like flames and embers. You also see Sunder, who is currently kicking ass with Marky, just punching this demon into the ground, or devil rather, into the ground. What do you do?
Okay, let's see. So the whip is here, and Ray is dying. And then it's. Does it seem like the pit fiend will has Marky's grip is kind of like laxing on her, right? Like you said.
No, Marky's grip isn't laxing.
Oh, okay.
Marky's grip is being overwhelmed. Like she is beginning to her strength and fury is starting to ruin the mechanics of this creature, and that's all it has to rely on. This monstrosity, this construct rather.
Well, you'd kill me otherwise. I'm going to use my movement to just vault over this table real quick and get over to the whip. Can I pick it up?
You can try. I need you, if you attempt to pick it up, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom save. Okay, cool.
Yes. Okay. You pass. You pick it up, and for a second, it feels like you ever been electrocuted by one of those like vibrating electrocution things where it's just like and it like gets you.
All the time.
The shock runs up your forearm, kind of tenses your muscles a little bit, and in Ray's hand, the whip has a life kind of about it. It kind of like sits there and almost breathes with him. There's this communion that he has with it. It is lifeless in your hand. It is just a strip of leather with a chain at the end, but you do have it.
Cool, sick. And she's prone on the ground, right? So
yes, she's currently prone on the ground underneath Marky's grip.
That sucks. Okay, cool. So that was, let me see, how much I'm like juicing my movement for all it's worth. Okay, cool. If she's grappled and prone, then I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm thinking back to when Beak did this, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. think I'll have it, and I will also in like the dark cape, the shadowy flickering cape that usually it like just engulfs him completely and then like shrinks down and disappears, and he will blink away to 30 feet away.
Okay.
As a bonus.
Ah, nice.
So I'll stand up at the table here. Actually, let me see. Is that within? Cool. I'll stand up at the table right here. Cool. And did it cost my action to pick up the whip?
Since it's a magic item and not just that, it is a trapping of Lolth. Yes, it did.
It's a magic item, but it's not magic.
That's fine.
No +1 or anything.
We'll talk.
We'll talk if I live, dude.
Okay.
Also,
that is my turn then.
I can't erase my red scribbles.
Oh, I might be able to.
That's my turn.
Okay, great.
There it is. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. You now have the whip in your hand, the sorrow silk, as Nine Flame called it, in your hand, and it feels just like a normal whip to you.
Fuck.
We will move on over to Beak. What do you do?
Just out of curiosity, who is injured right now in the party?
Not me.
I'm fine.
I'm as clean as a whistle.
You, Ray, and I think Phoenix? No.
No, I'm full HP. I'm like,
who else got hit with the? Who else got hit with
I know
the?
Argentum is also hit. I think. I'm just trying to figure out what to.
Argentum got hit by the skin devil last turn.
Maybe we should enable health bars. That might be smart.
Nah,
Yeah,
this is more fun. This is more fun.
It's like Monster Hunter.
I'll put
Like
negative 43.
I could use health bars because I'm a healer.
Yeah, you're
so
a
I need to
healer.
know
I might
what to
actually-
prioritize.
I might actually make it so that you can see them and nobody else can.
Yeah,
but
turn
that
it up.
was just gonna be
Please
That's
do.
fun.
Let's see.
because that would
Can I do that?
help immensely.
I like the I like the thrill of not knowing.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
you guys can
as
turn on
a-
your health bars individually. I think if you have control over the Pog,
Okay.
you guys can choose to display your health. If you would like to roleplay that, you can. If not, that's all good. But for the sake of brevity, who is injured? Argentum,
Me.
Ray, and Sunder, and Beak.
Yep. And
I
Sunder not
have
hurt?
not been hit yet, so
Okay.
You've not been hit yet. Okay.
no, not by anything damaging.
Why would
no.
you tell him that?
Argentum, how hurt are you?
Argentum?
Oh.
Argentum?
Okay.
They're muted, I think.
Ponyo.
I was muted. I was absolutely
No.
speaking this whole time.
Oh,
Whoops-a-doodle. I forgot I
okay.
wasn't on push to talk. My B. Whoops-a-doo.
Zoom out.
I'm a little over half.
A little over half? Okay.
Yeah.
Too close. All right. What I'm gonna do? Beak will do a similar cry that she did before for her for her healing word.
Okay.
But this time it sounds a lot more desperate, like she's crying out for some unknown salvation to come and help. And another swarm of moths will come out, except this time they will fly upward and split into 3 smaller swarms that will cover herself, Argentum, and Zephyriel. And
Okay.
she is casting Mass Healing Word.
Oh, very nice.
Let's
Let
go.
go.
Oh boy, we got a cleric.
Got ourselves a cleric.
Ray is gonna get the full heal because, as a matter of fact,
That's right.
Beak has Circle of Mortality.
Yeah.
Restores the maximum possible HP on each dice to a creature with 0 HP. So Ray, you will automatically just heal for 8.
Okay.
And the way that it's flavored is that in this darkness of like between life and death, you will see a silver ringed hand reach out towards you. And will you take the hand or not?
I'm good, actually. I like the dark. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, take that shit.
No. When you say the second you say I'm good, actually, the hand will disregard you and grab you by the scruff of your robe and pull
But
you
it's my time.
into the living world.
Without permission.
I come back.
And meanwhile, let's see here.
Oh, he's okay.
Me, Beak, and Argentum will heal for 6.
You're so pretty.
Oh, peek. Fine, I'm
DM,
falling
out
back
of
as a cleric.
curiosity, because Nine Flame is prone, does she also have advantage against dodging ranged spells?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I didn't.
Yeah, the
In that-
Eldritch Blast and stuff like that would have disadvantage, yeah.
I still have Vampiric Touch active. Like it's concentrated spell,
concentration.
so I'm just gonna go for John Skinface once again.
John Skinny.
John skin face.
Yo, what's the skinny?
I will go ahead and try another Vampiric Touch attack on him.
Okay. Hey, that hits!
That hits!
That
Go.
hits!
So I'm going to be dealing roll 3d6.
That spell's insane. Is that how
6
this- whoa.
damage to him.
What kind of damage is it?
It's necrotic damage.
Okay. It seems to it does. Let's see. It does full damage. As is it just like a? Does it make like a punch just to the back of the back of the chest?
Yeah, she's gonna do a little mini Falcon Punch on him.
Okay. Yeah. Your feathers make contact with his spine, his bony spine, and his shoulder blades, and you almost hear this like like of his whatever remains of what soul he would have leaves in this foul cloud from his like the slit of his mouth, and this black like wound, but this like sore almost on his back begins to like open up and like pustulate on contact with your punch. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope. I heal for 3 because of that. So yippee.
Oh, cool. Nice. That smoke that came from his mouth comes back over to you and drapes around your form. Okay. So it is Nine Flame's turn. So Nine Flame, through teeth and some tears, but maybe not out of sadness, grabs at Marky's hand, this like this robotic metallic mech hand that has got her pinned to the ground, and she stares at Sunder as she begins to make claw attacks on Marky's hand to escape the grapple. She doesn't even try and make a strength check. She's just going to rip his arm off.
Oh my god.
So
Don't do
let's
that.
see. That is 1d20 plus.
No,
Please don't.
Don't do that.
Don't wreck our robot.
Plus 14.
He can
just
be
got him.
rebuilt.
We literally just got this guy.
31.
Ouch.
God
21.
damn. Pit wings are powerful.
And we'll do one more claw attack too, just to be sure. 24. And that is okay. Just let me 2d8 plus what? What is it? 8? Yeah. Okay. 16, 15, so 31, and that's 47. Okay. So 3 times as she stares you down, Sunder, with these yellow, like yellow scleras with these like piercing red coal eyes, she smiles as her fingers and like nails melt into Marky's armor like butter, and she tears off mechanics. You hear cogs on cogs wrenching and whirring. Marky doesn't scream, there's no reactions or anything, you can't feel pain, but you hear like hoses and pistons and wires and sinews and stuff start to whip out and fall off, unbuckle, and come loose from his housing and all of its moorings, screws and bolts and little bits of metal nondescript fly from this mech as she tears into his arm piece by piece, chunk by chunk, and Marky's eyes flicker for just a second. The light behind them begins to fade as she just pushes him off of him. As he held him in this grapple for so long, you see a bruise on her throat. Like the blood vessels have popped. There's like big masses of black in her cheeks. She is clearly taking a significant amount of damage, but it's almost like she likes it and doesn't care at all.
She likes it.
So, really quickly,
I'm not here to justify your fetish.
Like,
Don't like
looking
it
at the
anymore.
board, and since Marky was holding on to Nine Flame, would that mean that I'm close to both of them?
Yeah, you're right next to her, man. You
Okay,
punched her
good.
in the face.
Well, if that's the case, then
What is it? What is
good old Sentinel's gonna come into play here because I'm gonna smack the shit out of her.
Yeah,
Just for even
dude.
trying.
Go ahead, make it.
Beat
attack.
her up.
Let's see. So
Oh my
just
god,
gonna
she
hit her with
probably
the
still
quarter
has like
staff.
200 health, dude.
I'm assuming
Wait,
it's
would
still
you
an
be able to
advantage
do 3
because
separate
if she's
attacks?
wait, say again.
Sorry.
Like, because she attacked 3 times, would you get 3?
No,
I
one,
believe
it's
with
one
Sentinel
time.
it's
It's
just
just
one.
once
Yeah.
a turn, yeah.
It uses
Yeah,
your
I guess
reaction to make
reaction.
one weapon attack.
Very true.
But it also reduces her movement speed to 0.
If it
Okay.
hits, yes.
She can't go
Very
anywhere
true.
if after I hit them. I'm assuming this is still with advantage considering she's still kind of like
She
grappled,
is
right?
sitting up, but she is on the ground. She is not on her feet. She has just pushed off Marky to the side. His massive like form falls to the flagstones, shaking the entire
She's still prone.
building you're in. So she is still prone. Yes, she's not
Okay,
laying
perfect.
flat, but she is still prone technically. Yeah, she still sits up straight about the height that you would stand. But
Okay, so then we would still have advantage, I believe.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. 24.
24 hits.
Perfect.
Let's go. She
That
can't stand up,
is-
dude.
What is it? That is 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning damage.
So
Okay, and
what
this was with your
Thunder-
quarterstaff, right? Or your
Yeah.
fist.
So what
She can't
Thunder's
stand
gonna
up this
do?
turn.
Yeah, she can't stand up because
Stand up.
her movement speed is gone.
Yep.
So Thunder's gonna grip onto his quarterstaff, raise it up over his head, kind of like an axe, and his voice kind of distorts as he's swinging it down. Just. It's just gonna smack her in the face with his quarterstaff.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you wind up.
Yes,
you're like
dude!
a Major League Baseball player and crack this quarterstaff, which stays strong against her almost iron-like skeletal structure in her bones. You do feel something. Whether it's like her orbital socket or like her skull, part of her skull, crack underneath of it and give way, but you can't swing through her. She still stands there. She sits there, staring at you, smiling, bleeding black blood from her mouth that kind of evaporates on contact with the air. She looks at you, and after you kind of like let the hit subside, after you start heaving yourself, you see some blood trickle from her ear, and her temple starts to swell up a bit. And she says,
You may be hellish, but you strike like a mortal.
and with her last attack of 4, she hits you with her bite. She comes back with her maw and bites you in the neck.
You have resistance, I think. 'Cause of rage.
I believe so.
Plus 14. Yeah, you have resistance to. I'll give you just a second. Let me do the
Bludgeoning, piercing,
Bludgeoning,
and
slashing, and piercing, yeah.
Yeah. Unless her bite is like fire.
If
25 hit?
it doesn't work if it's magical.
25
Is
would
her
hit.
bite
Yeah.
magical though? Her teeth.
It's piercing it. 4d6.
Okay.
Hold on. So 4d6 plus 8. So that's 24 piercing damage. So that's halved to 12.
12.
And since it did hit, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Perfect. That is perfectly fine. Let's see. Constitution saving throw. This would not have advantage, I don't think.
No.
Let's see.
No.
Click. That is an 8. What is with my
Save
save
fails. Unfortunately, she comes down with these sharp, serrated, almost shark-like teeth, and as she reels her head back, you can see there are layers of teeth in her back, almost as though like it's some weird predator genes or something to like pull flesh from bones. But the bite is nothing to you. You can't feel that through like your white hot, incineratingly so rage, whether that's from your ancestry or just the fact that this bitch fucked with one of your friends. You just can't feel that. What you do feel afterwards is almost hard to ignore, as you take. Oh, this is gonna suck.
Oh boy.
Dude.
Let me make sure. Okay, yeah. As you take 26 points of poison damage.
Yo! Good night!
And you are poisoned.
Let's see.
And she bites you and like pulls out part of your neck meat, part of your flesh, like a little chunk. And do you have how much health do you have left?
Currently 4. I'm not down yet.
No way!
He's still
She
alive.
stares at you and is like holding you by your shoulders as she's biting into you and pulls this flesh away. And she inhales your blood. She bites and chews on your flesh, and you see her swallow part of you, and she smiles. It doesn't say anything, but gulps that down. Let's see. She can't move. That is all she can do as she begins to get up on both feet. Marky behind her, like twitching and sparking as his arm from the shoulder down is in 80 pieces around the room. Bits of arcane energy arcing and sparking from one place to another, cogs whirring with no other lacing, no mates, nothing to make this mechanism work. The light is still flashing behind Marky's visor, but it's faint and dull, almost like somebody hasn't made too much contact with two wires or something. He is functionally unconscious. All right, Ray, it is your turn.
Fuck, dude. Sorry, I just had to process Laura's losing our robot. I come to immediately say, where is it? My whip!
It's just like in my hand. I mean, if you look around, it's very obviously just like.
Oh,
I'm blind! Where is it?
You can feel it. You know vaguely in this room where it is, and
It's like opposite of her, so it's not near her anymore. Then I just yell, "Get it out of here!" And then I'm going to bonus action lay on hands 25 points,
shit, self-defib.
and I'm going to use Wall's Glaive to get myself up.
Let's go!
Was I prone? Was that half my movement? Important to know.
Yes. You hadn't gotten up yet. You were
Okay.
thrown ragdoll, so you landed prone.
Okay, just need to be. Last thing I say is as I. Fuck. I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? Oh fuck! What is the move? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I definitely can't. Fucking. How. Shit! I can't even ask how rough she looks. I can't see.
You can take the whip off, can't we? I don't know.
Damn it. Damn it. Dude, she's still prone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to, let's see. I can only move 15 feet. All right, this is a long shot. I'm going to use my action to once again channel divinity into Conqueror's Presence. So that is creatures within 30 feet. That's her. That's definitely. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can move and get them both. Let's see.
You have 15 feet left. Yeah.
Yeah. I was there. So if I move there, that's 20. That's yeah. I'm gonna move right here and get both of them with Conqueror's Presence. So that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, a Wisdom save. Let's see. Let me get the Skin Devil. All right, that's +6. Okay, 18.
That passes.
Okay.
That passes.
That's a skin devil.
And that's the Skin Devil. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Pit Fiend. It's 25.
Yeah. Silvery barbs.
Okay. Once more.
Not from me. I'm just saying it for.
He knows it's coming. He knows it's coming.
She fails.
He knows it's coming. Oh, she fails.
She fails with a 13. That means that she is frightened.
Okay.
Of me
Of you.
again. She cannot move closer to me now.
Okay.
And she
All
has
right, noted.
disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Sunder, you see her face
Huge!
shift
Huge!
as though it's the face of somebody saying, "They're standing right behind me, aren't they?" And
You have to try a lot harder to kill me. A lot harder.
And Sunder, over her shoulder, you see something that almost makes you scared. You see the visage of Lolth from the far tower as a halo or a shroud surrounding Ray. This purple clawed spider curling its legs around Ray. This vaguely feminine drow form, reminiscent of maybe Alondra or one of the priestesses. Its wicked smile grins, protecting its chosen one. What else would you like to do?
Last second of my dialogue that I can push out. Fix the portal! That's my last command.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Draza, the skin devil. Let's see. How much health does he have? Okay. He's pretty smart. Okay. So, Draza the skin devil is going to look at Argentum, is going to look at Krillin, and is going to feel Beak behind him. And you know, Beak, based on where you've been and like the creatures and animals and stuff you've interacted with, what happens when an animal gets scared for their life. Draza turns into his flesh egg and he turns back into an imp and flies towards the portal.
Hey, is that an opportunity attack? At 10 feet?
Nope. If he transforms into an imp form, it doesn't. That's his bonus action. He can
He's
just
too
kind of
slippery, man.
away.
Damn
Yeah,
it!
Oh, what a slut.
Yeah. But he goes and retreats back to his master towards the portal. Looks like he may be flying in towards the portal, as he has seen where it's at. And now, based on where Nine Flame is facing, she may also see where the portal is headed to. Okay. So Krillin is up next. Krillin is Argentum. How much health you got?
Like, hold on, let me tell you exactly there, buddy. I'm down by like 11. I'm good. I'm
Okay,
okay.
all right. In that case, Krillin will run and then dash over here, chasing after Draza in his rage as well. His eyes haven't subsided. The runes on his armor are still alight, and the lady on his sword continues to dance to the song of his blade's combat. That's his whole action. I need to start making smaller maps.
Really, you madman.
Marky is unconscious. He doesn't have, like, there's no such thing for him. There's no such thing as a death saving throw or anything like that. He just needs to be repaired. He sparks and flits on the ground. His muscle sinew and fibers, his synthetic muscles twitch and spasm. And he, releases guttural, robotic, squelches as he kind of writhes on the ground. All right, Alondra, what are you doing?
Alondra is going to rush this way, get right next to right here, and she's going to once again hand crossbow on face man, skin double.
Okay. All right. Shoot him.
Actually, could I ask, is she able to make any sort of check to see how to adjust the portal so that it returns to the Fey realm?
Yeah, use her stat sheet, and you can make. Yeah, that would be. I could make that a bonus action. She's
awesome.
pretty skilled in the arcane, so make an Arcana check, and then you can make was a crossbow attack next.
Yeah, her intelligence is +0. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it would be plus. Let me check her real sheet here. Her Arcana is +2.
Okay, so here's that Arcana check. That's a 6.
Okay. It is foreign. She's mostly familiar with religious like artifacts and religious iconography and symbols. This is none of that. This is interplanar magic. This is above her pay grade and above her skill set.
All right, yeah, crossbow misses as well.
Okay, unfortunate. Alondra, you tried. We give you a gold star. That's all good. So you shoot, the bolt goes just like the imp kind of like tumbles and does a barrel roll, and it like they manage to dodge it, and just coasts past Krillin's shoulder as well. It hits into the pillar next to you, Sunder. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. All right, Argentum, what do you do? Your quarry has fled.
Okay, so it's heading toward the portal, yeah?
It looks like it. As soon as you heard Ray say, fix the portal, its eyes kind of lit up and was like, that's it. Now it's going to try and do something with the portal.
Okay.
Man, he just blamed me, guys. He just blamed me. Hear that?
It's smart enough.
I can't do shit.
You're fine, boo. All right. Argentum is going to kind of vault over the table. So 5, 10, 15. They're going to get next to Beak.
Okay.
And they're going to look at her and just hold out their hands.
Give me the item for the portal.
People
No, you took
will
it.
comply.
Okay.
You
They're
just like
gonna
a
grab
little piece of like gypsum pillar.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get another 15. They're gonna start moving toward the portal. And as they do so, ooh, I have big brain idea. I got a big brain idea. Okay,
Huge brain.
Huge brain. I gotta, where
Use
the fuck
that
is
shit.
this? Use my giant wrinkly brain. Where is this on my thing? All right, I'm
wrinkling.
I'm wrinkling. Unfold the brain. Okay, so Argentum is going to cast with their action Writ Bookmark. And what this is, I'll throw it in the chat for y'all. This will be cast at 3rd level, because that's where I cast all my spells now. Okay. So
You're so rich, I guess.
They're casting Writ Bookmark, and what that does is they're going to choose a point within a mile that they can. It'll be
Within a mile.
Yeah, so it's
mile.
so range 1 mile.
Why is this game using American measurements?
Blame Logan, okay?
Yeah, this is Logan's fault.
Blame Logan Laidlaw, who authored this. The Canadian man used.
Yeah, why are you using miles, man? That's funny. I'm gonna rip into him about that. I'm meeting him this week. Okay.
What the
go ahead.
fuck is a kilometer?
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Okay, so I'm going to choose a point. It must be. I'm just reading them real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so I was just rereading it real quick to make sure I'm not miscasting this. Okay, so I'm going to leave that bookmark. They will, before they ran by, they're gonna leave the bookmark right next to Beak.
Okay.
So like right there. And what this means is at any time before the spell ends, and because I'm casting it at 3rd, it'll last there for an hour.
Oh my god, okay. Ooh.
So I'm casting this at 3rd level, and what this means is at any time before the spell ends, I can use my reaction to teleport myself and anything I'm carrying back to the space where I left the bookmark, which cannot be moved or touched as long as the space is unoccupied. Spells that remove magical effects may target the bookmark if the caster is aware it's there. I must be within a mile and on the same plane as the bookmark to do so. Yeah.
Oh my god. Your
So-
chamber from Valorant.
So that's my action.
Okay.
And that's kind of a setup for I'm scooting my boot, and I might be getting near the big bad, so having that reaction to poof away might be.
Yeah, that was very smart. That was premeditation there. That's great.
Yeah,
Okay, fantastic.
And
what is
that's
the?
my
Can you mark
My
on the
big
ground
brain
where it
goat.
is? Where you are?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I'll mark it.
Get that
here.
paintbrush out.
Yeah, baby. It's there.
Okay, fantastic, awesome. All right, is there anything else you'd like to do, Argentum?
Let me. I gotta reset. What? Would you
Nothing?
doodle about you? Yeah, would you
Hey,
fucking doodle
hey,
about
hey! No defacing no defacing my monster. It's
What
okay.
did you do?
She kind of deserved it, honestly, but
Y'all are fucked.
I drew a mustache
okay.
on her.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's my last roll for. Let's see. Do I have any narrative twists or anything? And this bitch ain't a humanoid. She might look human-y, but I know. You're not technically a humanoid, so that wouldn't work on you. I'm looking at my narrative twist.
Yeah.
What? Leave me alone. I'm panicking, bro.
right, god damn it!
I'm gonna cast Darkest Hour! I'm gonna write out Darkest Hour.
Okay.
And okay, so choose number of creatures. Yeah, I'm gonna choose fucking Pit Fiend bitch and fucking Skin Devil bitch. Okay.
What are the saving throws?
Int saving throws, please. DC 15, please.
Okay, int from the Skin Devil. Okay, it's 5. This is Skin Devil 8 fails.
Let's go!
Okay.
W.
And,
we're pogging.
She probably is gonna fail because she doesn't have any sort of. Well, she has advantage, but she doesn't have any sort of. So 18, 13.
They both
Each
fail.
blood.
Okay, so
Okay.
until the start of my next turn, they both have a disadvantage on all attack rolls they make.
Oh shit.
Yo!
Okay. God damn it.
Oh,
All right.
beautiful.
What an
Fantastic.
insane bonus
Okay.
action.
All right.
Huh?
You guys.
Nothing. I said that's just I said what an insane bonus action. Let's go.
Yeah. No,
I
you're
know,
right?
right?
Okay.
I love
Okay.
narrative twists, bro. All right, that's me, baby.
Cool. Yeah, it is. God damn. All right, Sunder. Nine Flame the Glorious is currently sat in front of you. She has one arm on her knee, about ready to stand up. But she has been assaulted by some weird pecking of magic behind you, and you see her face. You know, it dropped. She looks concerned, like she needs to get out of here. She's not looking too well either. She still like licks up the blood and like, you know, revels in the combat of it all and has like a slight smile, but she's concerned. This isn't just fun anymore. There's something to be lost here. What do you do? And Draza's right next to you. In imp form, mind you.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off by doing this. Quickened healing, because I'm 4 HP. I kind of need it. So that is a. Let's see.
Damn action.
So 1d6, 4 plus my proficiency bonus, which is 3. So I get 7 points of HP back.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
So yours are 11. You're at 11?
Yes.
Okay.
After healing, Sunder's gonna kind of like spit the blood out of his mouth and kind of like smile at Nine Flame. What's the matter? You scared? Scared of the reality that's right in front of you? I fought Boulets tougher than you. And he is gonna hit him again with his quarterstaff. So we are going to.
You have advantage because she's still prone.
Oh, is she? Ooh. So, bop. That is a nat 20.
Oh, that's a crit.
Wild. Damn. I wish it was an unarmed strike. That, my goodness, if it was a crit. It's okay though. So that is 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And since both of my actions are now done,
is that the crit?
Yes.
That's the crit. Okay.
12.
Oh yeah, then it would be more, right?
Okay, I was gonna ask if did you roll both the dice? Okay, cool. Yeah, you're good. So that's 12, right?
Okay, yeah, 12 points of damage.
14
and
plus the 2.
Then yes.
Okay.
And then we will use my bonus action of Flurry
Are
of
you
Blows.
hoping it was an unarmed?
Because I have that I have those brass knuckles.
Oh, true.
That have very specific effects when I crit.
They do have very specific effects when they crit.
Yeah.
So that's you did that with the okay. All right.
Yeah, we did that with the quarterstaff. Let's see. Then for my bonus action, for the bonus action, I'll just do an unarmed strike and see what happens. Okay. It's a 24.
Oh, that hits too.
All right, well,
W. And that is 10 bludgeoning damage.
14. So 22 points of bludgeoning damage, right?
I believe
Checking my
so.
math. All right. Like a training dummy, with every hit, her grin grows a little bit more. She gets distracted by one thing, and then you bring her back to reality with another solid slug across her very angular, chiseled frame. Her form of this face is almost as big as your torso that you're whacking on. It's almost like she's letting you hit her. And in between hits, she says, "You are hell's excuse for not being cruel enough." She spits this at you, with blood and bone that comes out of her mouth. She's almost becoming like a creature in this. She's lost all her pomp, all of her put togetherness and her arrogance. She's like in a blood rage right now. She's experiencing the ecstasy and the glory of combat, and is reveling in it with you. But it does look like you are hurting her. Like her eye is swollen up. Like her face is clearly broken and bruised. She has lashes and blood that's kind of gushing out of her back from this divine smite from Ray's whip. Really, really hurt. She's trying to stand up, trying being the operative word here. So is that your turn? Is that all you would like to do?
Yeah, that's all I really can do. But after hearing what Nine Flame said, Sunder will kind of get down. Well, I can't say get down because they're still kind of big.
No, yeah, her sitting up there on just on her ass is about as tall as you are, as standing up on your legs.
Got you. I'm gonna give you one chance. You can walk away and run with your tail between your legs back to your master. One chance. One. And that's it. That'll be my turn.
Okay. And she says, "A tiefling's rage. Borrowed fire. Let's see how long you burn." And she spits on you.
Wow.
And Varric in the back.
Varric.
Varric runs over to the door and opens it up, letting in 3 Riders of Koth who have answered his call over the last 12 or 18 seconds.
Oh, let's go. Dude,
so,
10 rounds. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. And that is
full
his
minute.
action. Let's see.
Wait.
What else is he going to do?
Yeah.
We've used
wait,
that. We used
yeah.
that.
It's gonna
He hasn't
full
taken any damage yet. Okay, yeah, he lets him in, and he points at the pit fiend, saying something you guys can't hear from here. He points at the portal, and they kind of file in. One leaves and then goes to get some more, and that is his turn. Fi, what do you do?
This sucks. Okay. So I'm eating a fucking sour cube.
What's a sour key?
A sour key?
Yeah,
What is
I don't know
that?
what that is.
What, you guys don't know what a sour key? What?
I'm gonna Google it. Let me see.
I've never
What is
heard
a
of this.
sour key.
I know what a sour key is, Leju. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Like a
thank
gummy-
you.
like
like gummy worm?
It's like
They're
a gummy worm. It's like a
so
sour gummy
good.
worm.
Oh, okay.
You can put your tongue in the hole and go. La, 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 la.
Exactly. I'm gonna
Yeah?
use my.
being freaky with a sour key.
If you wanted
dude.
to.
I'm gonna use my movement
Yeah. Anyway, we're playing a game here.
to
Um,
run over here, and can I just like, I'm just gonna like hand Zeph the whip. I'm gonna say, I think this is yours, buddy. Does that work?
I got my blood on you. I said to get it out of here.
Yeah, perfect for your. This is a you job. It's your whip, buddy.
Just snatch it from you.
Okay, does that require an action to do to hand over the whip?
No.
Making an object, right?
Oh, cool, sick. In that case, I'll use 10 movement to go right here, and then I will use a bonus action to Misty Step to the other side.
What just happened to the turn order?
I deleted 9 Flame, and I didn't put them back in the turn order, so I'm putting them back right now. There we go.
Okay, cool. And then I'll use my action to shoot the Skin Devil, actually.
Okay.
Since I think
Go for
Nothing's
it.
still prone, right?
Yes, right now. It is not her turn.
Okay,
It
yeah.
is her turn after Ray.
Okay, then I'll shoot the Skin Devil.
Okay, go for it.
Bink, bink.
19 hits, 10 doesn't.
19 hits, I'll take the 19 damage. Nice.
Okay, yeah, 13 force damage. Do you knock him
Uh,
back?
Yeah, can I try that?
Yeah, of course.
sick.
If that's what happens when you just make contact with it, right?
Yeah, any hit it would just be like a 10 feet. There's no
Okay, you
save, it
knock
just
him-
happens.
You knock him back, and you knock him out of his imp form into his bone form, his skin bone form, and like a bundle of like a big bag of sticks. He smacks into one of the great hall tables and kind of like props himself up against it. He's like right here, yeah. He's not prone or anything, but he's riding himself as he flipped in the air out of his imp form into his bone form and tries to find his feet.
Where do you think you're going, buddy? You're staying
He just
right
turns
here
him-
with me.
Growls at you. In your head, you hear, "Foolish."
That's my name.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. All right, Ray, you're up. What do you want to do?
Wait, I need to
Oh,
have.
Yeah, I
my
think.
turn.
Oh shit! Sorry, I think the turn order got fucked up. My
Yeah,
bad.
I was about to say beak turn.
Okay, no, there
Alright.
it is. Yeah, Beak. Sorry. Go ahead.
What I will do? I'm gonna do my best.
Don't do your best. Have fun. That's what you
so-
said to me. You
Beak is
said those words to me. I'm
attempting
just trying to repeat them.
I can still see the fucking 9 Flame, right?
Oh yeah. Nine flames exposed. There's no more darkness or anything like that, and
Okay.
Marky is laying prone.
So I'm going to move over here. Actually, Beak is gonna move to Ray's side.
Nice.
And then she will once again raise her ringed hand to the heavens, and once again the storm of moths erupts from under her, conjuring once again this giant avatar of the bird-masked woman, and once again will send another hand straight towards Nine Flame, which will like vanish into, like, basically just turn into smoke as it makes contact with her, and once again she's been marked by this ash all over her body, as she's once again shown the path to the grave.
Okay, fantastic.
Sweet.
And
Sweet.
as a bonus action, I don't really have much else I can do, actually. I guess she'll let out another feeble, like, hoarse cry.
Okay.
And she will cast Healing Word on Thunder.
Okay, gorgeous. All right.
So you will heal for... Wow, 5.
W.
Okay.
That's me.
16.
And,
So...
before the end of her turn, she's gonna tap against Zephryl's arm, very like almost like she's pushing him forward.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
I was
So...
keep me alive.
Okay, so I fucked up the turn order. Do you guys remember who is next? Because I don't.
Was that the bottom of the round?
I think so.
Yeah.
Then
Which
it would be
means
back up to me and
then it's back up to you. Yes, I just reversed it. That's what happened. Okay. All right. Yes. It is Ray next. What do you do?
Sweet. So poggers, you're letting me go. I am going to, because of that marked for death blessing, I'm gonna walk forward within 10 feet. I've got the whip. Oh man. I really thought about about getting it out of here. But I made that mistake one time and it bit me in the ass. I'm going to put my faith in Lolth. So I'm going to swirl, floral, and twirl that whip in the air and crack as if the thunder is approaching. Is she still prone?
She is sitting up. So you and Sunder, anybody who's about 6 feet, 6.5 feet, is at eye level with her. Before she was looking down on all of you, but now you are seeing her face to face as she sits and is attempting to get up.
I'm just curious if I'll have advantage on this.
Technically, yes.
All right.
Sweet.
And she's still frightened.
Yeah.
That's great.
She doesn't even see you approach.
Better, dude.
I don't think. Okay, cool. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna roll that attack now. Come on. All right, 25.
25 hits.
Okay.
Once again, juice it.
Yep. Once again,
Juice
bonus
it!
action. Divine Smite.
If there was ever a time.
All right.
You see her flames start to stiffen as you approach. You just see the back of her head looking at Sunder as he just wails on her face with his quarterstaff.
Okay. Also, from my first turn, it was 4 necrotic damage from Celestial Revelation, which is still active. I think. Wait, no, it's no longer active. It's been a minute, right?
Good.
So it won't apply this turn, but the first turn.
Okay, but that did. All right, that's significant. That does something. Okay, go ahead.
So that's 4 necrotic, and then now for this turn, let's do the whip. 9 slashing, doubled 18 slashing, right? Is it doubled?
18 slashing.
Because she's vulnerable.
Well,
The
all
attack
damage.
is total. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then on hit, the Divine Smite strikes, smotes. So that's going to be, it was 48, right?
Yeah. Is it a second level?
If it's a level 2 smite, then it's 48.
Yep. I had 2 of those. I also had a free one.
Good God.
Roll.
Come on, roll high on this one.
All right. Load, please. All right, 20. So 29 double times 2.
Okay. Okay, do you have a second attack?
58.
I sure do.
Okay, so the 29 damage, the first attack comes down, you swirl the whip around and crack it, and these small, like, nebulous, gaseous form that is around you, and it's taking almost a solidified shadow of this spider creeps along with you as you approach Nine Flame, and almost like localized thunder, the crack draws Nine Flame's attention. You see her ear twitch as you approach her back, and you spin it around again, and crack her across the back, and you hear in your head, she turns to face you. Roll your second attack.
Okay, I got no more channel divinities, so this is just straight up at 25.
25 hits, bud.
Nice.
That is going to be 7 slashing damage.
Nice.
Damn.
How do you want to do this?
No fucking way!
Alright. That 4 necrotic damage.
Get
That 4
her!
necrotic damage. She has -2 health right now. That 4 necrotic damage mattered.
I was holding on to that 4 necrotics like I keep forgetting to tell you every turn.
How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
Now be careful. I'm not gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
No.
You guys don't know.
don't ruin this for us.
Well, hey.
She looks at you. She is scared. She sees
She should
the
be.
true power that you wield. She sees what can be of a trapping of Lolth. She understands a dead god spread to the nines.
Oh my
She's
god, no.
smiling.
What? Don't smile. That's weird. I'm so inspired by Vika yell Persona, and then Lolth appears and kills her.
Persona.
I strike her the first time, and this almost like nefarious, disgusting, crackling, necrotic, but like almost like it's like opposite. It's like a clash of divine radiance and necrotic twirling together to almost strike with this black flash, and followed by like purple flame and mist, and then like I use the whip to wrap it around her throat and pull her down so that she's not just sitting, but her head is on the ground.
Yeah.
And I put my heel on her broken horn.
You
fiends are all the same. You underestimate mortals, but we draw power from gods much stronger than you. And then I use the whip to fucking break her neck.
Her neck snaps beneath your whip. It curls in on her blood vessels and her spine, just as her tail did to you, and squeezes hard. She still smiles, forcing blood up through her mouth and all the gaping wounds that Sunder had opened up on her face, her horns, her back. Her horn begins to bleed, her eyes begin to swell and bulge, but she is still smiling even through death. And you hear in your head, "You broke my body. Death is a pause. I am forever." And the earth beneath you begins to crack and buckle as you feel heat coming from underneath of her.
Does the contract of like a divine celestial contract to slay this pit fiend matter in this moment at all?
And that is where we're going to call tonight.
Oh my god.
You bastard!
You can't do this to me!
You were playing on Friday, right?
Actual
All right.
My, if you, depending on what you said, my next words were going to address it to her.
Okay, we will pick that up next week after I do
Perfect
a little
cliffhanger.
bit of research. But I am very impressed with you guys. This was very fun. I really enjoyed this fight. You guys made it super cool. And
So fun.
we may not be done yet. Who knows? We gotta figure some stuff out. But yeah. Holy shit. Woo! Woo! All right.
Dog, that was.
Oh
wild.
man, and I love rolling all those boss rolls on the table, man. Those make for such a narrative driven fight. You know, you really you get to find the reasons behind everything.
Right.
Oh my god.
That was
Fucking
awesome.
Sunder was clutch. Fucking barbarian
Absolutely.
Sunder. A monk barbarian. All right, let's go.
Yep.
We had Fi just straight up Terminator lever action shotgunning like something as he is wont to do.
Bro, everyone put in work.
Argento rewriting history.
One less enemy, dude.
Except for Alondra.
Honestly,
Alondra
yeah.
threw.
Alondra really did not do anything. Hey, but like you rolled and we did everything above the on the table, so we got to see her maybe only be an idealistic warrior.
She this is
So
her first.
true.
This is, I guess, is her first. I don't know. She
It's a
nearly
training
got me
arc.
killed.
She did pretty
Yeah, it's a
strong.
training
That's
arc.
like a nerfed version of it too. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So with that, we are going to call this session. We will be picking this up next week. I knew this was probably going to take a while. We do have a hard out for one person, or two people even.
My bad.
That's okay, man. No, don't worry about it. This was a really cool cliffhanger. Like you got like she's. I can't say what's gonna happen next. You probably can like if you know anything about the game, you can probably figure it out. But yeah, it's intense. And then the beginning of the next game, and we'll still be in combat. Like there's still a fucking enemy on the field. You still have that portal to worry about. The Riders of Koth are coming in to try and help out.
Right.
You still have that rogue Hellcat somewhere doing something with Soot.
I know, dude.
There's a lot of moving parts right now. You have fucking Bryant on the boat. Like,
he has no idea we're fulfilling the contract.
no, I mean he can probably feel it, but he's so weak. There's not a whole lot that he can do to try and
He's
help
probably
out.
sweating knowing we're in this combat. Just like actually panic attack.
And I will say pour one out for Based Marquis for really softening up Nine Flame for you. I think he took out like maybe two-thirds, a third of her
Marquis
HP.
holding off Nine Flame for 3 turns is like they already that's like enough, you know?
Yeah,
so
like,
huge.
Because every turn Nine Flame would like off somebody, you know? So
Yeah, her being extra vulnerable too was huge.
That was
huge,
really
huge,
cool.
huge.
Yeah.
Imagine if I realized that I had a second channel divinity before Marquis had died. So,
Oh, dude, he would have
could have
fucking
punched her for 100 fucking damage.
come online, dude. Oh, that would have been sick. All right. So, with that said, with where we are, we are going to go around and. Do you guys have anything cool going on this weekend up until next week? What are you guys up to? What do you like? Any cool projects you're working on? Anything you guys want to talk about? Want to pitch?
right now, so what happened is someone said that they had to get cut off, and so I thought it was like a really like important thing. So I also decided to book something. I thought it was a real like life, endangering cutoff, and so I was like, okay, I guess I'll do something after this. So after this, I'm gonna stream.
Okay.
Whoops.
All right. We'll go watch. Go watch Leisure stream.
My bad.
You good? Okay. Anybody else got anything cool going on? Anything sweet they want to talk about? Anything new that's out? Really?
Really, guys?
I got
No
nothing.
one.
Nothing I can talk about.
That's what you could say. You could
Just
say there's
break
something I can talk about.
NDA right now.
Just break NDA.
So
Come
I'm
on.
in
NDA right
this
now.
one thing that's really cool.
Dude.
Hold on. I'm actually check. I'm gonna do a little checkaroo here real quick.
Okay, while you check, I have a thing. I tell people about this every stream, but it's really exciting. It's something I really am proud of. Like, go play Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. I voice my favorite character, Kevin Ryan, the one that I have the most hours played in Mark of the Wolves. He's really fun. He's very good, and I'm gonna get obscenely good at him just because I may or may not be going to Evo. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I won't be like, obviously I won't be like qualifying or anything like that, but like I will definitely play on any sort of kiosks they got and find merch and shit. But yeah, go play City of the Wolves. It's really good. Also the Skate OVA dub is out, so go watch that.
So true.
If you haven't seen it yet. Okay, let's find a friend to raid. But first, we have to say happy birthday to Juzo.
Happy birthday, Juzo.
Happy birthday!
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry I
guys.
commanded you to
appreciate
run
it.
away from a fight on your birthday.
No, it's fine. It was plot armor.
Okay, yeah, there you go. You were too far away for anybody to hurt you. That's how I'm gonna, headcanon that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's find a friendo to raido. We are going to raid. We're gonna raid. Rinrin is always streaming at this like exact time, but Vexoria is doing a uncapped subathon, so we're gonna raid
Yeah. Sounds great.
Vexoria. Wait,
Vexoria.
I'm spelling it. I'm phonetically, okay? Don't laugh at me. The Sun Eater. The Sneeder. No, the Sun Eater. There we go.
The Sneeder.
Right. Sneeder. Vexoria the Sneeder. Okay. All right. So we'll be back next week with Shadows of WELDE. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to be playing a video game. I think we're playing Schedule 1 with Eros. I've never played it before.
Nice.
It's going to be fun.
You're going to have
We'll
a
play the
great
big drug
time.
game. Yeah, so I hear. It's super fun. But until tomorrow/Friday, we're going to say good night, everybody.
Jen.
Good night, everybody.
Jin, 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 jin.